Hello, hello? Stream going on? Stream going on, it seems? Okay. I can check my audio. Okay, let me do that real quick. Hey, me, start talking. Okay, I'm talking. Yeah, probably more chill reaction this time. I'll be listening to the Q&A and the trailer or teaser for season 4, which I did previous seasons, I believe. Yeah, the Q&A is kind of long this time, I didn't even realize, but I probably won't be stopping and talking as much. But why do I not have a thumbnail? Okay, yeah, I'll give myself a thumbnail. I don't know what to put though. Upload thumbnail, and I'm gonna upload the thumbnail that's just from a year ago, and I have my Magnus thumbnail. Just me going like, oh my god, it's the same shirt I'm wearing now. That's so embarrassing. It was like a year ago. Okay. But yeah, I have the same set of pajamas that I have like this shirt, like in 5 different colors, and I just rotate, and I've been doing that for like over 3 years now. With the same clothes. So that's why in the thumbnail that I am currently uploading, where I'm going like copying the thumbnail that I have, I'm just going to it'll be changed by the time people watch this back. So like with the VOD, when the VOD's uploaded, I won't have this thumbnail anymore. But if I am watching live, you can see my old freaking thumbnail of me going like a year ago. So yeah, I probably won't pause much. Hopefully, if I want to save time for this, because it's just a Q&A, and I might talk on length about the teaser maybe. But before that happens, I want to do a little more, I guess, discussing the things that I missed it seemingly during 120. Like, oh my god, who are these viewers that just suddenly showed up? Terrifying. But it seems like I may have missed the most obvious thing on the planet about last episode, and so I'll go into that. Also, I'm on my bed again. No professionalism for you. The finale's over. It's bedtime. Okay. But let's go here and set up my Magnus scrolling. Oh my god. Might be lagging a little bit. My computer is not made for any of this. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Okay. Mag 120. Yeah, all statements referenced. Let's see, because I've mentioned it before, but I usually go to the Reddit discussion threads on the Magnus Archives Reddit to like read reactions from the time, because that's the closest I can get to reaction videos. So while I'm watching this, so let me see. Oh my god, I think audio by Naomi Hearn with a guest voice for Alone. Skin Tight. This is one of the no longer available ones, so it's by Melanie. Audio by Melanie. No, this is so embarrassing. Anatomy class. I don't remember if anatomy class was the guy. Audio by Dr. Lionel Elliott. This is so embarrassing, guys. This is so embarrassing. Oh, hi. Hi, Moon Blossom. Sorry. I know you're like ahead of me in time zone, so I feel so bad that you keep showing up and I keep doing these at night. Oh my god. But yeah, guest voice Dr. Lionel Elliott. No, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I thought the new door was a reading statement. No, the new door is Helen's one. I was thinking about Upon the Stair. No. Okay. It was definitely by Helen. Okay, my stream needs to keep going. Oh god, this is so... Well, this guy came to the Magnus Institute to clean up the mess. Audio by Jordan Kennedy. Oh, Lord. Audio by Jonathan Sims. But... I think... Yeah... It says audio by Jonathan Sims, but Daisy is definitely the one who gave this statement. Yeah, she did this. She gave this statement in person. Oh, binary too. All these old episodes, I'm forgetting. Like, I remember the stories, but I forget exactly who, who's the voice who said the story in the episode. Audio by Tessa Winters. Guest voice. Oh my god, this is I believe it's Basira's. Oh, this is Underground. I was thinking about the next one, Police Lights, which is Basira's. Carolina Gorka. The Train. Oh my god, it's every single... But, okay. Now I'm gonna check all of them, but I know I'm screwed. I'm so ridiculously... What's the word? Imperceptive. Oh, audio by Melanie King. It's the Ghost Train. Dig. Brief appearance. Oh, okay. This is a statement. But... And the guy's dead. But... It's not... The statement itself, the person doesn't appear in the... Even the... during prison. The person himself doesn't appear like all the other statements. It's... The concept appears. Because probably it's a related concept, but just unlike all the other ones, it seems like the person is trapped there suffering. Okay. Twice as bright, not accessible. Is this Jude Perry's She Can Hide Herself? Yep, and this was taken directly from Subject. Dead Woman Walking was taken directly from Georgie. Fuck, I'm so embarrassing. Nightfall was taken directly from Julia and Trevor, and that's why they were in there too. And Testament was taken by from Testament was here. I didn't even know Testament was the episode where we're all talking. That's interesting. Testament. Testament was so recent. It was the episode where we were all giving our interviews before we went off to do our plan. That's very strange. Why is that listed here? I don't remember Testament being listed here. Beacon Hope. Daisy. This is so weird. Because it mentions the Testament is referenced. Episodes referenced in John's dreams, and it says Testament is here. But Testament's just the episode where we all give our interviews before we go off and stop the unknowing. So I don't know. It doesn't even say where. Can I... Testament. It's only mentioned here, but... Is it... Testament? None of these links lead to Testament. That's really confusing. Just like... I'm gonna put a note on the side here. Note... Testament mention? And then like a bunch of question marks. I posted my notes for the last 2 episodes, which were funny, so I thought I would post them just to tide anyone over in case they wanted to. And I also noticed they were hard to see on screen because they were written in pencil. I'm already gonna pen this time, but it's probably not gonna be that helpful. Okay. That is ridiculous. I am so sorry for the incompetence there. Every statement that John saw in his dream was all direct from subject. And someone said this on Reddit, like, it was like, wow, all of them are direct from subject. I'm like, what? What? Oh my god. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Why did I not realize that? Okay, I'm just saying, I forgot, like, all of these except the ones given by our main characters were given direct from subject. Binary anatomy class, like the train one. I should have remembered that the grave one was direct from subject, but I didn't. I should have known because I'm pretty sure was it that lady it was the early one where it was like a very early setup of John's character where he was very dismissive and she complained to Elias that he was being rude. But I forgot that. I forgot that was direct from subject. I forgot all of these were direct from subject except the ones given by our main cast, which is really embarrassing. So I'm very concerned about the implications. I'm gonna write that. The implications, because it's even more confusing right now what it means. Because I just thought we have statements, we read statements, and by observing them is like repeating them in that philosophical sense, and now it is taken into the literal sense that is what's happening, or semi-literal, like supernatural sense, like that's what's going on based on the like philosophical concept of how reliving a story like reconducts a story. Did my computer just beep at me? What just happened? Okay, let me get rid of that. So I thought that was just directly what's happening. We observe, it repeats. But instead of that, John's dream seems specifically tied to the fact that he has taken these statements directly from subjects, like the fact that taking these statements directly from subject has done some special action that makes them like even more claimed by the eye or his psyche or something. Something like that's happened, and I don't know exactly how to think about that. Like I don't even know. I'm taking. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna write here, direct from subject, even greater meaning, and just I'm sort of terrifying, cause I don't know, it's that fact which I don't even comprehend. Like something has been done, but I don't understand what exactly it means. Well, I guess I'd understand conceptually why sitting someone down and like drawing the story out of them specifically and like comprehending it or like hearing it face to face from someone would be, or like taking it from someone in the way that like John's power works where he compels people. Like I understand why that would have like some sort of specific like or even greater like meaning or claim, just because it's like a more, I guess, more personal like grasp on it that might put it under greater claim of the eye. I get that, but the implication like emotionally is terrifying. Like even last episode is terrifying. The more I think about last episode, the more terrified I am. It's scary. It's very scary. I don't know what's happening. Oh my god. I'm gonna like my own live stream. Yeah, it's very concerning. I have no clue what's going on. But it's this idea that John getting these stories from these people, interacting directly with them, because it makes it even feel even worse that these, like, it seems like they're suffering in some way. Like, some of these people are dead, so it's not like, or I don't even know what's going on. Like, I'm still caught up on, like, the implications, and I don't know exactly what they mean. Like, if their, like, souls are trapped, even if they're dead, or even if they're living their life, or anything, somehow, like actually, literally, in this supernatural sense, their souls are trapped in this dream world, if that's, like, what's going on here, or if it's more, like, more metaphysical, or if it's, like, more metaphysical, like, not, like, less physical, more meta, like if that is a physical, literal thing that's happening, and, like, this world exists, or if it's, like, not. I can't tell. But that's the fact. The idea itself is terrifying. But this increased, very important fact that this is happening to them, seemingly because John took their statement from them specifically, like, adds our own, like, culpability to it. It, like, adds our own action, like, our action, as a result of our actions. This has happened, and not because these statements exist, or we read these statements that already existed that someone else took, but this is happening specifically because John sat down and talked to them, which guilt is, maybe that's what I'm feeling. Like of course John would know, and, like, I don't even know if there's a major, because it's just, I guess it's the humanity of it. Like, not even, like, if there's, like, such a big difference between John sitting down and taking a statement and John sitting down and reading a statement. It's just it's like our direct result of our actions, but it's also the fact that, like, I guess it's because, are some of these people that, I swear some of these people are dead. I swear we sat down with the, I swear because last time I remember I looked at one of these statements and looked at how it ended, and it seemed like some of them eventually died. Was it anatomy class? Oh, was Rashid the old? It was the old professor. I read this and I didn't remember the name of the professor, and I thought that we were talking about the person we just took a statement from. But now I realize that wouldn't have made sense. Are all of these people alive? God. Oh my God. And my mental acuity was not all there. Maybe it just isn't all there generally. I feel guilty for him. Like, I'm terrified. Like the idea that it was his fault. I don't know. Even we know it's not his fault because he had no clue. But it's also, it feels like it's not even about fault. It's about, like, the idea of, like, just sitting down in front of me and speaking to me about something you went through has doomed you. It's not even about, like, being guilty. Like, it's like I'm Jonathan Sims and it's my fault, but like, more so that, like, something is, like, we've already been dealing with this fact that, like, I am no longer human, and it's terrifying, but, like, there's something so incredibly wrong with my existence, like, a feeling like just that you are a monster for existing, like, not even, like, within your own, like, fault or will, is terrifying. Like, it's so awful. Man, all these people are alive, aren't they? I'm such an idiot. Okay, Naomi, right? Is this person? Everyone's freaking alive. Oh God. Oh man, I'm so ridiculous. I can't believe I read that at the end of anatomy class and thought it was the same professor that they were talking about. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pest control. That guy's probably still alive. All our main characters are still alive. the dig guy is... Wait, the dig guy is not even in here yet. Oh my god, everyone's still alive. Oh my god, that's... What the fuck? Oh my god. This is... I'm missing... I really... This misunderstanding cost me... a fundamental understanding. Oh my god. Of exactly what's going... The implications of this situation. Because now it seems like... And now realizing that everyone is still alive. God. It seems like... Yeah, it makes more sense now that everyone here is trapped. The, like, subconscious is, like, trapped in this moment. Like this statement is, like... If it, like... John's dreams are, like, the fact that these things have been processed by John is, like... perpetual reopening of wounds, like they're having to experience it over and over, and they're still alive, which is crazy. Why is my hair so awful? Okay. What? Oh my god, so that adds a whole new... Because something else that the Reddit brought up that I forgot was that John, the characters have mentioned dreams before, but it's probably not... Like, John has mentioned... I feel like I distinctly remember it, but the Reddit... Let me just go on the Reddit. I don't even care anymore. Okay. Reddit. Alright, I'll need to, like, sign into my account. This is not... Okay. Wait, my screen recorder is off, so I'll just sign in. But it was the fact that John specifically at some point had said that... No, it's the people working at the Magnus Institute have had weird experiences pertaining to dreams that have been mentioned. And I believe it was at least during the Daisy and Basira conversation, the one that I spent like 30 minutes looking for, they mentioned having dreams and how their dreams had stopped at some point, which is terrifying. But also makes complete sense considering what we just heard. If, I don't know. Let me try to remember one of my many passwords. That wasn't it either. Oh no, me not being able to sign into my own Reddit account. Or maybe I just typed it wrong? Okay, I was gonna react to something, but now I'm just talking about 120 again, the episode I talked about for an entire hour last time. Oh, how fun. Okay. Okay, well that's... What is happening right now? It's not letting me sign in. Okay. Wait a second. Did I type in the wrong username? Yeah, it seems like that's what's going on. Never-ending PTSD nightmare. 'Cause now, with this... Okay, the Reddit basically helped me figure this out because people are smarter than me. But it seems like all these people are alive. All these people are... First, they're all people that gave statements directly to John, so even more John monsterness. How sad. But also the fact that I should have noticed, I had a misread and didn't realize that all of these people are alive. And then third, no, that wasn't from the Reddit, that was just me. But then it seems like on the Reddit, people pointed out that John at one point brought up that he was having nightmares, which I did like remember distinctly that was a line that he said, but it was like it didn't stand out to me as anything weird because I was like, of course you'd have nightmares. Sounds like the most logical thing ever, but apparently so much more is going on. But aside from that, there was that day conversation with Daisy and Basira when they talked about having nightmares or stopping having nightmares, which seemed extremely something that John would feel terrible about. Does the I love causing John pain? Okay. I'm me trying to figure out my own Reddit password. How fun. It's on my phone. It's on my keychain. Do I really have to? Okay. I can't deal with this. I have a Reddit account. I mean, I can look at Reddit without looking. Okay, I can look at Reddit without logging in. I don't care. I forgot that that's how that works. And Reddit is a cool website, unlike Twitter. Let's go to the Magnus Archives Reddit and play the avoid spoilers game. Magnus Archive. The Magnus Archives. No, wait, I want to see this. Okay, this is completely irrelevant to anything, but I've opened the Magnus Archives subreddit, and then I've looked into I've looked at the first post, and it's someone who watched the show for the first time, saying Mag 28 skin tight, is the whole show going to be like this? And I started reading it, and it was so fun because it's so relatable to my own experience. Okay. And it's Sarah Baldwin, a victim from the first episode, with the anglerfish. What was the anglerfish? We still don't know exactly why the anglerfish was abducting people specifically who had cigarettes, who were smokers. I would love true crime. I'm putting entire true crime culture. The Eye's little baby. The Eye would be the person to get invasively stalk the lives of everyone involved in true crime stories and ruin their lives. That's if the Eye was a human person, it would be those people who ruin the lives of people who were traumatically involved in true crime stories by just being incredibly invasive and awful. But is it always going to be so interconnected like this? Literally, the experience watching the Magnus Archives is what the heck? Why? Huh? Episode 1? Her boyfriends have broke up. Do victims know each? Did I miss this? The pair of boyfriends had broke up. I don't know. Does this mean if we liked something in an early episode, we just have to be patient for the show to loop back around? I have to know about. We still don't know about the bag of teeth. No, because at this point, I said this last episode where I was just praising the show in general. It's I freaked out. I was like, it is so crazy that I can trust this show so much to explain basically everything. Everything crazy, that he did that. I trust the show so much to be able to do the amazing feat of bringing everything together and I do expect the show to explain everything. If it doesn't explain something small little things, it's fine, I guess, because they have to tell, they have to choose where to focus, and they've done so much with those small stories. But when they leave a mystery, I expect them to explain it, not because I'm trying to be entitled, but because I have so much confidence in the quality of the show with what they've done so far in delivering. Cause yeah, I want to know what the hell is up with the bag of teeth and the doll heads and the scroll of paper that was in the trash bag episode where that guy was doing trash. But oh my god, yeah. I want to see more vampires. I want to know what the serial killer was protecting his daughter from and what the daughter is running from. Oh my god. I was to say the Eye is the patron god of stalkers. did stalk his coworkers in season 2. Oh, John. Such a perfect eye avatar, just completely against his will. Oh, John. He was really the worst in season 2, but he was my favorite. He became even more and more my favorite as time went on, and he got worse and worse. Oh my god. I want to know. And we still don't exactly know what his deal was. Like, it seems like we'll probably get it. We'll probably get it. There's like, I know that he was trying to protect her or something, and that episode was so interesting. And we haven't even heard, we've heard that the police have to deal with vampires sometimes, and they seem very Stranger-esque, just because they like imitate humans in weird ways. But yeah, this statement, this comment is all of us. Oh my god, this post is literally just exactly how I felt it, and this how I still continue to feel every single time something comes back like insanely and crazily from past episodes. Yeah. Everyone just says yeah. Wait, what? Wait, Graham? Oh yeah, Graham is the guy from the first Not Them episode where the person talks about the. This is a really early episode where the person talks about the Graham getting replaced, not Graham, and he does say on the street, "Don't worry, I'm gay." So that is him. But did he have a boyfriend who was a statement giver in another statement? Did I forget that? Did I notice that? I swear I had to have noticed that. Man. Okay, I'll look back. Okay, fine. I'll put a little note. Check up on Graham. P.S. Check on Graham. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, I was gonna look at the 120. At the 120 discussion. People saying crazy stuff. Yeah, okay, one thing I did want to talk about though was the fact that did I forget to turn my camera? I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Good God, thank God. Okay, one thing. Oh my God, I did want to talk about though was this opens a big question though about why did the only if these are all statements taken directly from subject, why are the only ones mentioned? I guess some might just be missing and there might be other, but it seems like these are like all the big ones. Well, there's no Michael Crew. Maybe is it because he's dead? And because these people are actually being actively tortured because they're alive? My sister's asking what we want to eat. But it might be the case that they. Oh. Okay. No, I just remembered that Tim's probably dead. So that might be a statement for that one specifically, but it also might be the case that not every statement that is straight from subject is mentioned here, even though it seems like a lot of them are, and it is very detailed way to include all of these statements. It seems like it would be way far too detailed not to include all of them and in this pattern. But I could check that, but it does seem like this is a very intentional inclusion of all these statements. Like it seems very intentional in that sense. This is supposed to be a reaction and I'm talking about 120 again. Okay, but it seems very intentional in that sense that all of these are direct from subject. But in that case, I said, where's Martin's statement? Where's Tim's statement? Killing myself. Tim's statement was given directly to Martin, so I guess that also makes sense. Guys, Tim isn't dead. It's not. It's a lie. It's a conspiracy. This one seems very explicit, and they were building up to his death for so long. I'm so sad. But aside from that, So but I guess the question there is, where is Martin's statement? Why, like, at least it could be just that it wasn't mentioned. That wait a second. I do remember at the end of the statement they mentioned something about other statements that he could not see. Ants. Exterminator. And that would explain why there's no Michael Crew, because he's dead. Holy shit. Oh my god. So the fact that all these people are alive makes it so... And the fact that other dead people aren't included makes it seem very explicit to me that these people are being actively tortured with this because they're alive, and it draws even more of a connection to me that it seems like these people are actually being actively affected by this in the real world, which is terrifying. The grand lifeless remains of severed dreams he can no longer watch. So these are like fizzled out. He can't watch them anymore, and that seems to be the ones directly from archive employees. But it doesn't say why. Wait. No, Martin does give a statement. Martin gives a statement. Man, I need to look at this. I need to look at this completely. Where is it? Statement of Martin Blackwood. I could scroll on my computer, but I'm literally, for some reason, why am I doing this? I need to scroll. I can scroll on my computer. Oh my god. This is taking way too long. And already, how long have I been going? Oh god, it's been, in fact, it doesn't tell me. Oh god. No, it'll tell me on OBS. It's been 40 minutes! I'm trying to do a normal chill reaction. That doesn't take 2 hours, but it's not letting me. Okay. I know it's a season 1 statement where Martin gives his statement. Edwin Burroughs, Freefall. Statement of Martin Blackwood, 22, Colony. Let me see this. Colony. It's the fact that Martin's statement isn't here, and I don't know why. Audio by Martin Blackwood. Okay, let's see. Show me that transcript. Yeah, taken by John. Specifically to John. Okay. It's very strange. It could just be because they, just a choice, just an omission by choice. Like, I guess because at the end there they mentioned that there's just a, like, kind of like a graves, ashen site where, like, the remains of the statements he can no longer see are, and he thinks about statements he can no longer see, and they just mentioned Melanie's and Basira's and Daisy's, but, like, with the implication of Martin's on the side, they just didn't mention it because they don't have to. But it also, I don't know why no Martin. That confused me. It just might be just because an omission just for, like, just because, for just efficiency. Okay. But aside from that, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was here to look for the dreams. Control F, dreams. Daisy and Basira. Mag 113. Where, okay, yeah, Mag 113. I'll look at 113. Real quick. I'm so quick. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm thinking about the end. Like, I maybe like a big part of like the fear of death is that like there's nothing after it. So maybe like I should have known exactly that like at least death. I mean, the end, the entity in itself wouldn't allow people to like, I don't know, like it like lets people be claimed by the eye after death. In that sense, like I should have expected that it like only the alive people were suffering. Maybe. Yeah. Well, it seems like entity like I did have that assumption in my head. Like maybe that like the beholding is literally like torturing people like after death, keeping their its hold on them. But I'm seeing like maybe like the struggle would be too real. The end would be like, hey, man, what are you doing? Let go. Okay. Mm-hmm. Da-da-da. John mentions his nightmares here, which means, like, I assumed this when I was talking about the episode before, that based on what I said in 120, it seems like John always has these nightmares. The way it says it is that John's like I don't remember the exact wording, but the way Elias says it makes it seem as though John has always has these nightmares every time he sleeps. He's like, it goes on and on and on. And I think in the wording the way he mentions it like specifies that like John is familiar with these nightmares. He's been having these repeated nightmares of these same people suffering over and over again. Like John is familiar and he wants it to stop. You're not being weird. You make excellent points. I was just trying to build off of them. Where is dreams? Oh wait, I think I've been unconsciously singing dreams from the Ultimate Storytime musical by Thomas Sanders. Anyone? The one person in the chat? No one is a fan of that musical, even though I love it so much. Oh, it's literally lost media. I'm so sad. Okay, here it is. Okay. Oh, and Andy mentioned Decker. Decker mentioned it too in this. Decker mentioned it too in their. Oh, and the Reddit also pointed out that both, I think, Decker and I don't know if it was also Salesa, but Decker also pointed out. Yeah, I should have known it was only an alive people suffering thing, these dreams being the people trapped in John's dreams, because I should have known because of the fact that like all these alive people were saying stuff like dreams and statements. But I don't know, this one seems, well, it depends on if, because this is a statement that John's reading, but it also seems like maybe Decker gave it directly to Gertrude, because gave it directly to Gertrude and the recording was just transcribed or something, or there was no recording and then she just transcribed it, because it seems like Salesa gave it directly to her because he's mentioning, maybe, if this is the function that the pattern that I found and the function that I've seen, that because he gave the statement directly to Gertrude, it's interesting. I don't know. That's a little, I don't know exactly. I can't be certain. But it seems like he mentions here, I'll make a statement, give the patron something to keep it satisfied. It's not like I sleep enough to worry about dreams. I mean, I guess maybe at the time I thought that this is such an obvious line, the fact that I didn't think about it is crazy. Well, I probably did think about it as something weird, but also everything in this statement is weird as hell. Like, none of this is understandable. Like, none of the statement is understandable with the current information that I have. So, the fact that I didn't get this, I thought probably it referred to, like, future elements of the statement, and not the institute and giving a statement, even though he just mentioned it, is somewhat, like, the only interpretation I could have at the time, and or just probably just ignoring it because of how much crazy stuff is in this statement that, like, I can't understand. So it seems like the say here, I'll give you this statement because I don't really care about having all these nightmares after the fact, because I gave you this statement. Like, he knew about the nightmares that come with giving a statement to Gertrude, which is crazy. But it makes sense because Decker is a, like a seasoned entity veteran, and that's why he would know about it, and they seem like they work together. John's dreams. Let's go here. They mentioned it so clearly. That why would they bring up John, like, being so hesitant to talk about? Because he hesitates here. It should have been so obvious to me that his dreams were important and not just a reflection of his character's mental state, like I thought it was. To be honest, my dreams are, well, let's just say I don't think they're going to be letting anyone else in anytime soon. There's also the implication in this line 113 that he's literally, like, his dreams are filled with other people and other things, which punching something. I'm such a fool. Dream. Someone, I don't know if Salesa said anything. Let me look. These people on the Reddit are smart. Oh, there you go. So, yes, I read this person's comment and I was like, huh? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. That was the experience. Whenever the archivist takes a statement directly, a part of a statement giver is trapped. Okay. And then Salesa says it. This person doesn't even mention Decker, but it's mentioned by Decker too. I'm on a roll. Okay. There's Salesa. No, they give a quote. I'm not gonna go look at the episode. This person gives a good quote. I suppose if it's a statement you're wanting, it's no inconvenience to me. I don't sleep well anyways, so it's like two grizzled entity veterans. They're gonna. I don't care about the nightmares. I'll give a statement. They knew, and I didn't know because I'm an idiot. And John mentioned dreams, and Salesa mentioned dreams, and Decker mentioned dreams, and it was all leading up to this finale where it's revealed the dream thing. And then let me go to the Daisy Basira episode. I made a comment on a previous stream saying exactly what episode Daisy and Basira talk in, and I need to know what I said because I am confused. Okay. Comment, why does it say my comments are turned off? No. Why are my comments turned off? Please, YouTube. YouTube hates me. What? Why are comments off? Why'd they do that? I swear I also commented on this video too. Why did it suddenly turn off? Oh, YouTube hates my guts. YouTube hates my guts for real. That's really sucky. Yeah, my comment section was not turned off, and I know this because I commented in it normally, and then suddenly YouTube turned off my comment section. What the heck? No, I've actually, like this has happened for like 5 different videos in the past, and I thought it was crazy. Like, I thought just my settings were wrong and it was just a thing that YouTube did. But I have actual evidence now that YouTube is turning off my comment sections after they're already on, which is crazy. Okay, it happens in 112, and the next time the dreams are mentioned is mentioned in 113. I'm a fool. I'm an absolute fool. They've been setting it up, leading up to the finale so long. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go on 112. Last search, and then I'll get into the Q&A, and I'll probably chill, mostly. Love the chase. This is where Basira and Daisy talk. And then Daisy and Basira talk near the end. I didn't even realize she interrupts in the middle. Hunting. Okay. Basira questioning Daisy and the hunt, and I should have known. I'm so angry with myself. I'm so angry with myself. Because I can't believe I forgot all these interactions. Because Basira says, "Are you sleeping?" Yeah, and then Daisy asks, "Do you still have the dreams?" And Basira says, "I have not had the dreams since I've joined up here." But Daisy says she does still have the dreams, and they're getting worse. No, they're not getting worse or something. Okay, it doesn't matter. What matters is that Daisy and Basira were both having dreams that they talked about previously, and Basira stopped having the dreams the moment she joined the Institute. So that leads exactly to the fact that John's co-workers at the archives can no longer appear in his dreams because they're probably because of the fact that they are employed there, I guess. Oh, frick. I'm gonna hit my camera. Maybe the fact that only Daisy, Basira, and Melanie are in John's dreams, but it's stated that they're like an ashen field now, is because John took no, I've got it now. I've got it. And it took me a whole hour. It's been 50 minutes. God, okay. So what's going on is that, God, I'm so bad. I'm so stupid. I can't believe I forgot. It's the fact that Daisy, Basira, well, Daisy's like, I don't know where Daisy is right now, but at least Basira, well, because Daisy isn't signed with the Institute. She isn't a technical employee, but it says that he can't reach one of Daisy's dreams anymore, right? Which is very strange. That he can't reach Daisy's statement. He can reach Daisy's statement, though. He can reach it, but she's not there, probably because of whatever happened with the coffin. But enemy class skin tight is Melanie's. Her shoulder is Daisy's, but Daisy's gone. Yeah, Melanie's excursion out of a shipping warehouse. Melanie. Yeah, all of these statements. Oh my god, I'm a freak. I can't believe I never noticed this. It's Melanie, Basira, Melanie. The statements that he can no longer access. The fact is, oh my god, an alarm, is that Melanie, Basira, and Melanie statement number 2 were given directly to John right just before either of them signed on with the Institute. So Melanie and Basira gave statements that were once part of John's nightmare cycle, but after they joined up with the Institute and signed on, those statements became part of that ashen field of statements that John no longer has access to. And that's why Martin is part of it, because Martin gave his statement during... Yeah, Martin gave his statement already when he was already employed at the Institute, so it never got saved in John's nightmare realm. So the fact that Daisy and Basira, not Daisy, Melanie and Basira are no longer reachable is because they were already reachable before, but after they signed, they weren't. And that's why they are in the nightmare, they are mentioned in this part of the nightmare realm, that where those statements that can't be reached anymore is because of that fact. And Martin's was never reachable, so it's not mentioned. Tim's was given to Martin, so it's not mentioned. And Daisy's dreams are still reachable, but she's not in them, probably because of what happened with the coffin. I solved it, and I am such an idiot for taking so long. Okay. Oh my god. Yes, solved. I think now that I look at the gram thing, maybe it's... I think I may have noticed it at the time. I just forgot. And I've forgotten what time. It's been an hour. Why have I done this to myself? Okay, yeah, you know what? Whatever. Okay, I'm starting the episode now. I figure I solved the MAG 120, and it took me 3 separate hours of live stream footage. Congrats, me. Oh my god, I got it. I got the pattern down. I was so confused last episode, but I got the pattern of John's dreams down, I believe. That all makes so much sense. Oh, the writing is so good. I hate it. I hate how good it is, and so it takes up hours of my time. Oh, I guess it's worth it. Man, okay, let me listen to this freaking Q&A. Jonny and Alex. It will be weird hearing them talk like regular people. It'll be fun.
Hi everyone, my name is
Oh, it's ads.
and I'm here to tell you about
Wait, let
a
me...
brand new show on Hulu called How to Die Alone. I play the character of Melissa.
What is happening? Okay, let me just play eye contact for a bit so I can see how it compares to my own audio, because my computer doesn't know how to be so consistent. So let me just talk while he's talking, Elias. And then let's see how this goes. Okay, I'll higher it a little bit. The volume. Okay, let me turn off window capture and get back into the actual episode that I'm supposed to be watching. Haha. Oh my god, this show is too much. And it scares me and I hate it. Okay, let's go to that much audio. Let's check that. Okay. Maybe that was too much. Maybe I'll go back down to just 8. Yeah, okay. You know what, let's start the Q&A now. Man, I need to chill. Maybe I'll put the pillow up. Maybe I'll lean back. Who knows? Okay. Oh, show me the show. Hey, what?
Melissa. She has no ambition, no love life, and no money, but what
That's before we start.
Whoa, I accidentally skipped too far ahead.
Yep.
Go to Car 5G network. We're offering
Like 2 minutes.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at this.
For whatever you run, go to Monday.com to learn more.
Okay, let's go. We're here.
Mike here from Rusty Quill.
Oh my god.
You know me, the voice of Tim from the Magnus Archives.
Don't remind me.
A moment to
You did great,
join
though.
me and Rusty Quill on another 12-hour holiday gaming live stream in aid of Mind, the mental health charity. We'll be streaming video games and board games via twitch.tv, and this year we'll be doing it in front of a live studio audience. That's
Whoa.
right. For one day only, you can come and join us in person for the chaos. We're recording at the Theatre Delhi's old
Where do
London
I-
space
how do
in
I
London on December 8th,
relax
2018 between 10 a.m.
in
and
bed?
10 p.m.
I've had
GMT.
wasted too much energy talking about 120.
So if you want to come and meet the rest of
Oh.
the team and and see all the exclusive off-camera goodness, be sure to visit rustyquill.ticketweb.com
I don't know.
/RQGG18 and grab yourself a ticket.
I'm gonna eat some dark
All proceeds go to
chocolate.
charity, but don't hang around because there is limited availability. And for everyone who isn't able to make it in person, don't fret. You can still join us digitally. Just jump in online at www.twitch.tv/rusty_quill on December 8th, 2018 between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m.
Oh, let the advertisement run.
Playing games and encouraging you to donate money to this worthy cause. That's all for now. For more information, visit rustyquill.com or get the latest updates via our Twitter at @TheRustyQuill or on Facebook at facebook.com/TheRustyQuill.
Hi everyone, Alex here. I'd just like to take a moment to thank some of our patrons. Poison Taster, Sydney Trapp, McKay, Ari Lovett,
Poison taster?
Lauren
Crazy.
Lex, Andrew Nort, Ms. Specific, Silas Hjelmstad, Kai Letts. Thank you all. We really appreciate your support. If you'd like to join them, go to www.patreon.com.
So this is gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna chill and laugh along. Appreciate the show.
Hello and welcome to the Magnus Archives Season 3.
Crazy intro.
Special,
It's like a
I'm
different
the director, and with me I've got,
section of the intro track. The Archivist
going through
with the
all
same name as me.
We are going to be doing our best to answer them.
Oh, it's always so fun to hear them talk like normal people, like themselves, like not the characters I know them off as.
Like a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's always fun to hear them talk as not the people I like recognize them as. So it's very strange and fun, like always with actors.
Alex has a little pile of paper in front
And
of him.
a lot of them sort of doubled up. So whilst we will be doing our best to make sure that everyone's sort of credited with their questions, I will be cutting through some of the wording.
So these are probably Patreon questions, huh? So they're taking all of them.
Through as quickly as we can and make sure that we do get to everyone. So here's our first question. Tim Not Sasha on the Discord asks,
Well,
how do you plot
supporters in
the single
general.
episode and the meta plot? What they're getting at is, you use a lot of detail notes, or is it a more vague notion? Everyone knows now that we have a plan till season 5, but do we have a ring binder with 50,000 pages of notes
Yeah,
on?
in the meta plot is actually planned in a lot more detail than any individual episode.
Yeah, I can tell.
Season, me and Alex will sit down and we'll really hash out exactly what is going to happen, what the beats are within a given episode. I have a vague idea of what's going to happen, and then I'll be going away and just sort of percolating, I guess. And sometime in the week beforehand, I'll be like, oh, this will happen in this episode.
Because I really enjoy our season plans where we know all of the character arcs and blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah, but sometimes there will be
character
just an
arcs.
episode that says, spooky computer. Just our placeholder.
Binary mention.
And then
We flesh it
at some
out.
point, I'll go very quiet, and someone will go, Johnny, are you all right? And I'll be like, yes, I know where the spooky computer goes. I know what it links to. Okay.
That's fun. Like we have a concept for like the horror statement of the episode, and then John as a writer, Johnny, sorry, like he gets a revelation about how he can connect it to the greater meta plot. That's real fun.
Yeah, I have been around those conversations before. Okay, a follow-up. Both Saz and Dorable via Discord and
I always
Euros
keep
via
missing
Right.
things.
And I'll be like, yes, I know where the spooky computer goes. I know what it
They're
links
so
to."
funny
And
too.
they'll say,
I have been around those conversations before. Okay, a follow-up. Both Saz and Dorable via Discord and Neurosop via Reddit ask how far in advance we plan the characters' individual arcs. We have answered this before, so we'll get through it quickly, but they're mostly interested in Martin having a crush, did we always know Tim's backstory, and did we know that Basira was going to join the team full-time?
in order, right from the beginning,
Yep.
about 2 seasons ahead.
Yeah, I'd say that there was some vagueness, but we based in having a
Let me try to remember the order of the questions.
Tim's backstory, and did we know that Basira was going to join the team full-time? And Neurosop via Reddit asks, how far in advance we plan the characters' individual arcs? We have answered this before, so we'll get through it quickly, but they're mostly interested in Martin having a
Okay, yeah,
crush,
Martin,
did we always know Tim's backstory?
Tim backstory.
And did we know that Basira
Basira
was
join.
the team full-time?
Okay.
In order, right from the beginning.
Yep.
About
Right from the beginning.
ahead.
Yeah, I'd say that there
2
was
seasons
some
ahead, Tim. 1 season 3, so it was probably after season 1 we realized we developed Tim's backstory.
We basically
And
have it.
very soon after she was introduced.
Yeah.
Okay. They introduced a serious character, and they were like, "Yeah, we can use this a lot." That's so interesting. Martin crush on John since season 1. They always did have it so that like Martin like was the one who it was shown more in season 2 that Martin was the one who was cared about John and was more sympathetic towards him. But like Martin crush on John from the very beginning. That's really interesting, because it seems like when I think about the show and their relationship and how it's been portrayed, it comes across as so naturally building that I didn't even realize that it was like the relationship was like intentionally, like there was another like angle to it intentionally from the beginning. Like I didn't realize that until later when like the characters were just being explicit about it. The other people were commenting on like the severity of Martin's like care towards John. And the behavior did come across as like special in season 2. Like there was something going on there that was interesting. But like until it was like actually like said outright, I was kind of shocked. Like I didn't know how like explicit they were gonna be with it. Which is interesting that it was planned from season 1. Now I have to rewatch the whole show at some point. Cause there's always I remember how John felt about Martin in season 1, but I don't remember Martin's first on-screen interaction with John in season 1. Now I want to see it so bad. Where is Martin's first appearance? Tell me. Okay, maybe later.
Know in pretty good detail what a character's arc within the season is going to be, because that's one of the big things that is laid out in the initial season discussion. And we have a good sense of what the skeleton, the structure of the overall thing is going to be. But a lot of those skeletons are built up with pleasant surprises. And for instance, Basira and to a certain degree Daisy becoming quite as significant as they were.
That's
largely
cool.
Because the characters and Faye and Frank are amazing.
They saw the potential and they worked with it.
We were like, we want to do more with these characters.
The Flesh Hive, good name, in Reddit asks.
Good name.
The idea of 13.
They love the show so much.
And with the tag on, how long have you been planning this? Again, as a.
The fears, right from the beginning, that was.
I hate them. They're so much. There's so much. Makes a lot of sense though, because like it seems so obvious that they had categories planned and they were like, I want to make a statement for this category, I want to make a statement for this category, I want to make one for this category and this category and this category, and they wanted to set up their statement categories from the beginning. Like it seemed obvious they were working towards something, and they had a very clear idea of what each thing represented. Like not even like conceptually, like emotionally. Oh. The creators are doing the conspiracy boards as well as the aliens. They're just doing it ahead of us. They're like, I got it. I see the connection. I know where it can go. But yeah, it's really cool. Oh my god, it's been 8 minutes and I'm gonna take so long. But aside from that, oh god, what was I talking about? It's that, like, not even, like, if they were just working on, like, if they started the series and, like, developed it, like, more so nearing the end of season 1, or, like, somewhat developed the fears, they would come across much less coherently with hindsight, because the early episodes of the Magnus Archives not only, like, cater to very, like, common fears in the real world, which you would expect it to do if it was like they were just still working out what they were doing with the fears, but they cater very specifically to the themes of the fears, which are much less common in society than these specific catered ideas and themes that are present throughout all the fear episodes. Like especially, like I think when you think about the priest who lost who's like faith was stolen from him in the Stranger episodes. Like there was, when you think about Hilltop Road, Like, there's no possible world where all of the, like, I still don't know what's happening in Hilltop Road, but I can see the cogs of different entities turning and working against each other. There's the like on Hilltop Road, so it would be impossible to craft whatever the hell is happening on Hilltop Road without knowledge of what the entities are. Like everything like matches with the themes, because like the web isn't just the fear of spiders, the web is the fear of control, and there's like the theme of like loss of control and things happening against your will and you doing things against your will. There and the stranger isn't just like the uncanny valley, the stranger's the stuff of the familiar being turned unfamiliar, stuff being things that are like so familiar to you in your life being being changed, being taken away. Flesh, there's like stuff like the flesh people and like flesh being taken away from people. That's very stranger-esque. That continues throughout the whole series. The way there's so much stuff. Like they can't develop like so early on episode 20 the Fairchild without knowing that they're connected to the Vast. Like it's, I guess there could be like some leeway with like we're coming up with different fears as we go along and we're writing, but also like and then like as they add enough, like there's like a cutoff point, and it's like I think we have our fears, but it doesn't seem like, as they're stating here, it doesn't seem likely that that's what would happen with the quality and the connectiveness of the writing. They really needed to get it down, because it's like these are like our main villains, like that are being alluded to and hinted towards and like left outside like a mystery for the fans to solve, like from the very beginning. And if like those were not nailed down from the beginning, they would be very unsatisfying villains. Like these are the powers that we are working against, and we need to see them everywhere before they are revealed. I need to stop talking, but I just love this show, and the care that they put into it is insane.
The fears. I then went and did a lot of thinking. I looked through long lists of common phobias. Obviously, I have read and encountered an awful lot of horror stories anyway, and started sort of dividing them up and just thinking more about like how
Grouping.
Scary things feel in terms
Like,
of
yeah.
fear they generate.
The Magnus Archives is so philosophical. Like it's like a meta commentary on horror in a way. Like, and not like it's actually commentating, but it's like it takes the concept. It's like a horror series on the concept of horror. Like, and John is like John. I know he's preferred to be called Johnny as the writer to separate from the character. I need to get used to it. But Johnny, like he, as a horror fan and person and who knows a lot of horror, he is able to like pick apart and see how fear is represented, and like basically group it together and like build like an idea off of horror as a genre, which is really crazy. It's so good.
Originally, the hunt and the slaughter were kind of the same in my mind, but the more I started thinking about it and we started planning it properly,
I see the similarities there,
came
and it seemed at the beginning I also not worried. I thought that they were the same thing, like in some ways, and there was like. Yeah. And people were theorizing about that. There's like, do we think these are different things on the subreddit at the time from the old discussion posts?
two quite distinct.
Well, I'd say with them as well, it's one of the few ones where character fed back into lore,
Very much so.
where it became apparent that you had two radically different types of character that
Yeah.
were
At first, it was
not
Yeah.
going to gel.
Yeah, at first it was, fear of violence, nice and simple. But actually, the more we did writing and planning around it, the clearer it became that, well, actually, there's two very clear strands.
Different kinds of violence to be scared of. In terms of the slaughter, which war, and the hunt, it's like war is all encompassing, like terrifying, detached violence. Like it's just happening. But the hunt is like fear, like to be chased after. Like it's different. It's very intentional and methodical, and it's coming for you. War is scary because it's detached and it's just happening to everyone and everything without care for you. So I understand the cycle, like the way they thought about these things is so good. It's so crazy. I had to get through this.
Has anything changed drastically from what we'd originally planned?
Yes and no. Grand scale.
Always
everything's
with
changed
writing.
drastically, but that's largely because the structure we built, aside from one or two very
They're just
key
very
points,
good planners,
remains the same.
apparently.
The structure we built was flexible enough,
Okay.
even though stuff has changed wildly from what we sort of assumed it was going to be. It still managed to fit very comfortably on the same.
Just expert writers.
So this is from Penelope Twite from Reddit and Mika Caditz from Facebook.
Cool.
How do you balance doling out the information for the long-term plot versus the statement of the week stuff? And more specifically, how confident were we before starting that we'd be able to sustain the podcast long enough to actually finish a meta plot if we got it started?
In terms of confidence in sustaining it, very confident because
Dang.
100% pitched this to Alex as
With the whole thing.
It did help you knew what we were like.
Knowing the goal is always how you get there.
Something that no one can predict, like we've already locked everything down.
I mean, fundamentally, if Rusty Quill had completely collapsed, if Alex had closed the line, explosions, separate fire explosions, but I like to think at the same time.
Oh, definitely.
If anything, obviously, the
Nice.
would have stopped. But you know, you can never plan for that sort of thing. But in terms of foreseeables, we knew we were going to go the distance. We did it with the aim of doing 5 seasons with a strong ending.
So, got a question here from Carnation Lily 2 Rose from Reddit. Were we always planning on having episode 120 be Elias reading the statement, or is that entirely because he got a huge fan base?
Oh God, Elias's voice. And why does everyone want to? No, it's.
Wait, let me.
Carnation Lily 2 Rose from Reddit. Were we always planning on having episode 120 be Elias reading the statement, or is that entirely because he got a huge fan base?
Oh. God.
People love him so
Why
much.
does everyone want to? No, it had always been the plan.
Yeah.
The writing is not influenced by horny.
It was only
Is
after
that what
Monty
the
started
question
to
was?
be properly overtly villainous.
Well, that's the thing.
That
Is everyone just
everyone
thought it was
decided how
boring.
sexy he was. So when we planning that out, there was no.
I have not been part of this, so I don't know what has been going on in the fandom space in terms of what's going on with Elias and the Elias fandom. I didn't know about that. I was not aware. Okay. I can't believe the question was, did you let Elias read for the season 3 finale because everyone thinks he's really hot? What? Oh my god. Which is a crazy question. I don't think writers in general do that, but I don't know. What is... Okay, let me go back.
Been the plan.
Yeah.
Right from season. I think it was only about. It was only after 92 when he started to be properly overtly villainous.
92 was...
Decided how
boring.
sexy he was.
What's the boring thing?
It had always been the plan.
Yeah.
Right from season. I think it was only about. It was only after 92 when he started to be properly overtly villainous.
Well, that's the thing.
That
Is everyone
everyone
just thought it was
decided how
boring.
sexy he was.
John is... Okay, I keep calling him John and not Johnny. Johnny is so funny. The way, like, he delivers these zingers, like, exasperatedly is really funny. I could hear the eye roll. It was like, not even the face roll. Oh my god, 92. Nothing beside remains. Yeah, okay, ridiculous. When he started being overtly villainous, 92, he killed Gertrude in the season 2 finale. Not Gertrude, he killed Leitner. And he also killed Gertrude, but he killed Leitner in the season 2 finale. But like they're talking about when, like, it also all of it was like a facade. Well, I don't know if it was all about a facade. He's just a boss. Like it's not even like that. He was like he was just not revealing the other side to him. But yeah, season like Nothing Beside Remains is the episode, and also it's the episode where he goes like, I'm full villain. I know everything. It's Elias. So that's when, like, He was like, my villainy is going off. And that's when I like yeah. No, yeah, evil characters the hottest. Like it's just you can't object to that fact. It's just how it works. You're right. But like I don't know. Evil people, the top tier. But I guess like I don't know. Usually it's like slightly pathetic people for me that go even higher. But when they're evil and slightly pathetic, like but yeah, it's totally Elias can get some. He but yeah, the way that oh my god, I've gone too far up. That oh my god. That Alex said that like well before that he was people just thought it was boring. Cuz like I guess the way John described him as like this just business guy who was our boss, like it's like he was like portrayed to be like just some boring guy. Which is really, really funny. And then them describing this apparent switch up where it's like, oh, Elias is boring. Oh, he's evil. Elias is hot. Like in the fandom. That is incredible. Expected. And also just when you give someone a personality that's like confident and controlling and like he's dominating the situation, like of course people are gonna love him more, so much more than when he's just not really a character.
Way for us to foresee how sexy Elias will something I blame entirely on.
Okay, let's hear this again.
Well, that's the thing. Is everyone
Everyone
just
decided
thought it
how
was
sexy he was.
I can't believe I can't understand how crazy it is just to like talk about your own characters this way and talk about how other people view your characters. But also like I can't like imagine how like weird it is to write a character that is just like is like named after you and is you, not like voiced by you at least. I know John is like a very different person from Johnny because Jonathan Sims is so Jonathan Sims. Jonathan Sims from the Magnus Archives, I mean. But like you know, it's like it must I don't know. I guess I've never really like written a character specifically knowing that like I would play them. So it's crazy. And like I don't know. That's why it's like Martin's crush planned from the beginning. Okay, Jonathan Sims. It's like the idea is like my character. And then Alex's character is going to be very in love with my character who is an asshole. And it's like just knowing that from the beginning is crazy. But it's also like when I think about that fact, like I'm so like I don't know Jonathan Sims or Alex's or anyone's backgrounds at the Rusty Quill network. So I don't know like if any of them are queer or any of them like I don't know have no queer people or close with a lot of queer people. There's probably a lot of this. It's a pretty big cast, so there's probably some queer cast members. So, but like I don't know, like I don't know, like you know, it's just the thought of like these like writers, these like male writers, like from the beginning, like wanting to include like a queer character and like a queer crush or like in some sort of like romantic resolution at least, like is really really cool. Like it's really 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 cool. I can't overstate how like good that is. And they show it from early episodes where they have queer characters, they have gay characters, they have like a diverse set of characters giving statements, and it shows that they care. But it's also the fact that like even more than caring, like they want to represent, and then they care about representing, and that's been really really cool to see and hear that it's been planned since the beginning, and it's not just because there's a lot of shows that like have like a what the heck are they showing me? What in God's name? There's a Kickstarter. There's a live reaction. Live nobody reaction. There is a... Okay, this is completely unrelated. But... Oh my god. No, this is completely unrelated. I am going to collect many traumatized queer people. Oh. Oh my god. No, I thought of the stupidest joke, okay. I didn't like the joke didn't it wasn't even fully formed in my head when it came to my head. It was like, what's more gay than watching? And I'm like, what did my mind just provide to me? Okay. Anyway. Oh my god. There's a comic crossover of Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and the Owl House. On Kickstarter, launching soon. Right now. And it gives a shout out to the Book of Bill as being a New York Times bestseller. And like inspiring this and making this possible. It seems there's a Kickstarter for it. It's called the Bi Multiverse Collection. It's pain and suffering and gay yearning. The eye loves to. Well, the eye does love to watch. He wants the drama. But I am so sorry. I am enthralled right now that. Yeah, there was a collaboration between Alex Hirsch, Donna Terrace, and Matt Braley. I'm pretty sure they all worked on Gravity Falls before the other two started their own shows. But there is a collaboration comic that has been apparently announced, like, right now. What? Oh my god. I need to watch Amphibia and the Owl House, apparently. Oh, so soon after the Book of Bill? Was the Book of Bill that successful? Okay, live reaction. That's reaction that. What? Okay, and then I'll come back to the Magnus Archives. Yeah, I mean, it just means. I was just gonna say it means a lot to think that they like planned representation from the beginning, and because there's a lot of shows that I think that there's. Well, it's usually shows by queer creators, but I don't know, like, the queer status of the creators of the Magnus Archives. But I do know that, like, there's a lot of shows with queer creators who plan, representation from the beginning just because they want to see themselves represented in their work. But, like, there's also shows where, like, they amass a large queer fan base, and like because of that, like over time they include more queer themes and more queer characters because they care about their fan base, and then like they respond to feedback and stuff like that, and that's always good to see. But it's like I just feel extra cared for knowing that they had this plan from the beginning and that they're just such good guys, Let's just keep going.
No way for us to foresee how sexy Elias would probably be. Entirely upon us.
And back to the original statement, the idea that like you're writing characters and not knowing how fans will react to them is terrifying, and it's really funny to hear about. Voice actor Ben Meredith, all his fault apparently. Yeah. He has a great voice. He has a great, sinister voice.
So this is from, I want to say Fixkutten. I do not know how to pronounce that, but I read it. In terms of writing them, not their themes, do you have a favourite power amongst the 14?
Yes. Oh.
I really enjoy writing the Flash because
I keep interrupting.
I want to say Fixkutten. I do not know how to pronounce that, but I read it. In terms of writing them, not their themes, do you have a favourite power amongst the 14?
The
Favorite to
are,
write.
for the most
In
part.
terms of writing them, okay, so it's like different than like their favorite powers in general. Did they answer that in the first? Well, they didn't reveal it yet. It was revealed in this season, season 3, so they can't answer what their favorite entity is yet. But the favorite to write is the Flash. I can see that because the Flash episodes are always so graphic and slightly disgusting. There's a level of detail that goes into it, and also this cannibalism thing is like the most like kind of the most like weird and like kind of like terrifying it can get in terms of like visceral like internal reaction to something like ew. Like there's nothing. I guess the corruption has that ew factor, but meat and human meat more than anything, there's the ew factor. They bring it.
But I really enjoy writing the Flesh because it allows me to be super weird. I can
Weird
do
as
lots
shit.
of grotesque body horror,
Yeah,
and I do actually feel
grotesque
quite proud of the
internally.
justification, behind why the Flesh is so weird.
Vegetarianism. I'm glad, so glad that these. Oh my god, I'm so loud. I want to go like. Someone get me like a stim thing that I can like do something violent with, and not be so loud. But I am so glad that he's proud of his explanation related to like animals and not mixing with human fear, because like when I heard that, I went insane. It's on the internet. It's on the internet. My family business reaction. I went crazy when I heard that. It was like so startling to realize. It was such a crazy like mind-bending realization, like in terms of like the horror of it too. It's really, it was a lot. It was really fun. It was really great. Great writing. You're a great horror writer. I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Least favorite
To write.
Actually, probably the dark.
Oh,
Just because I find it draws me into tropes and cliches more
It's
than I'm
really
entirely
tricky.
comfortable with.
It's really
Hmm.
Because
Well, you
the
did
dark is
build
such
a whole cult.
well-explored fear
Yeah.
That
I always thought it maybe he was referencing like the cult around it. I think they do a lot with it that I haven't seen before, but in terms of the dark itself, it is like when you go around, you're asked like, what are you scared of? And, like the things that people say more than anything, and aside from like death, is the dark. Like even because it's the child thing every child is scared of, but. So that's like very well explored. Now, yeah, and falling into cliches, there's stuff that could seem cliche on the surface. There's like the blanket story, other things, but no, I mean, I guess it's because he works so hard in it that like a lot of the dark stories don't seem cliche at all. Like they're so creative and cool. The imagery, especially with like the church and like lights out, was it no police lights? Oh, I just realized the double meaning of police lights because there's the whole thing is that they were told to bring flashlights because they were against the darkness and they were fighting the darkness, so police lights. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. But there's also police lights. It's a double pun. Wordplay. Oh, yeah, non-human fear. Oh yeah, it's great. I love family business. Ruined my life. It was so much confirmed. It was crazy. He is all the fears are so well crafted. But I can understand that with the whole trope thing, because you have to work hard to not retread old horror material, with something so like prolific as the Fear of the Dark. But everything he's done has been incredible. Police Light is crazy. A crazy statement to watch because it's like listen to, I guess, because it's the thing with like. Ooh, all the dark statements are great, and it's crazy to hear that he struggles sometimes with them because of the trope. But it's all of them have been excellent. Everything with the cult has been like the idea of like things turning the lights being off and the world of just being different. We had all the imagery of it has been excellent so far, and it's crazy to hear that he struggles with it.
and also one that I don't have myself.
You don't have a fear of the dark.
strongly. Like most of the
Yeah.
ones I really enjoy writing are the ones where I'm kind of scared of it myself.
Yeah.
So I can really figure out what it is.
And it's really cool that, oh my god, I keep talking forever. This is my episode where I gush about the show, okay? Okay. But it's like, the idea that like, this show has to cover, like, the universal experience of human fear in every category. Like, and the talent that you need as a writer to explore all of that, even the fears that you do not specifically feel, you have to really channel something. Like, the creativity and, like, the placing in someone else's shoes of it to find the, like, core of fear there, even when you can't, it's not something that you associate with regularly. It's really cool. And yeah, a lot of people, like, there's some people, when he said the dark, I assumed probably he didn't have a specific fear of it.
It gets to me and hone in on it, and there isn't as much of that in the dark. So I find myself having to lean a lot more on historical stuff, for instance, or like it's a lot harder to find the interesting bit of writing a dark story.
Certainly for me, I have a nice simple one for a least favourite, at least, which is the spiral. Because the spiral is always a nightmare to edit.
the spiral.
And it has the
Oh my god, the way he said, I love the spiral. He's so real. They're both so real for this. Because the spiral statements are confusing to read. I mean, to listen to. So I can't imagine the nightmare of being the writer, of having to be like, oh, I have to write a whole story about disorientation and, like, the senses being wrong. It's so horrible to write this something from someone's POV where that is the main conceit. So very easy to understand, and John loves it apparently. Maybe he spends more time thinking about it as it is, like, a fear of his. But that's so fun. Oh, I do love the spiral. I love it because it's so disorienting and confusing, and so I like anything that's, like, super creative, like I haven't seen before. Like the super creative descriptions of, like, unreality are always the best. So I see what's going on both of their sides right now.
It's like everything goes wrong. That's a stage direction. Everything goes wrong.
I can write whatever I like. It doesn't have to make sense.
I have a nice simple one for a least favourite, at least, which is the spiral. Because the spiral's always a nightmare to edit.
the spiral.
Not to edit.
Stage directions like everything goes wrong. That's a stage direction.
Oh, it's in the summary or the transcript where it's like, the unknowing starts and everything goes wrong. It's literally a stage direction, and like Martin, not why I called Alex Martin, like he's the character from the show. I'm insane. Alex has to read that and go like, how do I put this? How do I put this into a podcast? How am I supposed to? How do I produce this?
Everything goes wrong.
I can write whatever.
And Johnny loves Johnny loves to write it because it's so creative and fun. Like I feel it. Like even as a watcher, I feel what they feel. It's really cool.
Going more specific, sentient.
I'm so glad he loves it because it's like it comes through in the writing because of how good it is. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's great. Anything that it seems like he really likes to write like strange, like crazy, twisting stuff, like stomach turning stuff, which is really cool with the flesh and the spiral. Yeah, those are high up on my list too to listen to.
A few, but I thought for some reason the one that sticks in my mind is actually Tale of a Field Hospital. There's nothing specific about that episode that I'm super proud of, but I really like the narrator and how I got to write him. I was really proud of finding
Field Hospital?
The Tale of a Field Hospital.
Is that the one where? Is it the Canterbury Tales one where it's like they're reading the book, but there's like other passages which are worse than the actual book?
So little of it had to be changed to make it nice.
It was already creepy.
So well into everything else. Also, it's one of the ones that I've been able to dive into the history in more than just a sort of.
Jonathan Sims has to love history with all
Something
this.
that's a punch to the gut. I enjoy killing characters that people love. The replacement of Sasha by not Sasha was a nice one because it didn't
What?
notice
Can
it.
I hear that one more time? Run it back. Run it back.
Set dressing sort of way.
Yeah, for me, it's anything that's a punch to the gut. I enjoy killing characters that people love.
The casual way he said that. He said it so casually. I love killing characters that people love. Anything that's a punch to the gut. Well, yeah. I mean, as like the things I've written myself, I do enjoy that. I do get what you mean, but also crazy statement. Oh my god.
Maybe the replacement of Sasha by not Sasha was a nice
It
one
was
because it
impressive.
didn't notice it.
I was always.
It was so. This definitely wasn't Sasha. The voice was so much deeper and different. It was disturbing, and she was talking so robotically and weird during the season 1 finale that I immediately clocked it. I believe I knew that wasn't Sasha. What the heck? Something freaky happened, but people really didn't know.
I mean, I guess because it's hard not to notice piling 4 duvets on top of Lottie and just having her scream so that it didn't alert the neighbours at midnight.
Yeah.
Had to record voices.
Circus Mask by Reddit. Are there any episodes that you weren't happy with in terms of writing or story?
Yes, but I'm 100% not going to tell anyone which ones they were because then they'll never be able to listen to them without being like.
Yeah, because the audience doesn't know, and the audience sees everything levelly and then more like impartially in terms of like stuff that the creators are unhappy with. I'm pretty sure they're gonna whatever John would say here. I keep calling him John. Alex Newell is a freak, and I love that. That was insane statement, but like I'm pretty sure if Johnny would say statements that he's like not like proud and not completely proud of, or like he's slightly disappointed in, like people would be confused because it would be like someone's favorite episode, because the relationship between writer and consumer is like so different. Like the author's like least favorite chapter could be a reader's favorite just because there's the different relationship to the text, because the author is looking for something different in the text than the reader is looking for, and it's really smart not to reveal it.
Yeah, I see it. I will, however, say that it definitely won't be the ones you're thinking of.
Yeah.
So, follow up from
Yeah, exactly. It's we're looking for different things.
or FXKTM. I still don't know which pronunciation via Reddit. Which has been the hardest episode to write and why?
I would say that would.
I wanted to look at Field Hospital for a minute because he's so proud of it. Field Hospital is 68. 68. Tale of a Field Hospital. No, it's just called A Tale of a Field Hospital. The Canterbury Tales one is the one where it's another cannibalism one, isn't it? Or is it a war one? I don't know. Diggs Graves, Amherst. Whoa. The Restless Man thing, the Amherst guy keeps coming back. I do remember this slightly, yeah. Till I arrive. Yeah, should I turn my camera on? My window capture? It's not much, I'm just looking at it. He gives up the book. Leitner. Did not match. So yeah, there was an actual book and then they added stuff to it. Jane Prentice, Insects, Unclean. Hospitals would match with corruption a lot. God, now I'm thinking about that care. It was the care home episode, or was it the one with Jerry where he who was in that hospital after getting burned. I need to go back and look at the episodes after this, but for now, let's chill. Let's chill. What was the episode that was just brought up?
Number 95, absent without leave, and I have no idea why.
Are you actually? Yeah, I remember. Or FXKTN. I still don't know which.
Absent without leave was hard. Okay.
Which has been the hardest episode to write and why?
I
Was it
would say
96?
That would be number 95.
95.
And I have no idea why.
Are you actually? Yeah, I remember. We did
I
run
have
into issues
no
with that
idea
one.
why that one was so hard for me to write. Like, it wasn't emotionally, it wasn't mentally, I knew what was going to happen. It
War.
just was one of those ones where I was sat at the computer and every word felt like pulling out a tooth.
It was the first case of block I think I've ever really
Yeah.
seen come up in years.
So, yeah.
Oh, I did look at
that's
this.
the hardest. Zero idea.
It was a war one.
Reddit.
The war one sort of kind of go over my head sometimes, so I didn't remember it exactly. But I did look at the summary. Deserter. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they write a lot of historical war statements, but maybe this one just got to them for some reason.
One aspect, event, or nuance that you regret putting out.
I mean, names. I'm really bad with all of the names. I'm so bad with name hygiene. No, I'll tell you what it is. It is naming them.
Can I go back to the question again?
Humid nebula.
Oh my god, he's about to say the thing that I think about all the time.
Nuance that you regret putting out.
I mean, names.
Something you
I'm
regret.
really bad with all of the names. I'm so bad with name hygiene. No, I'll tell you what it is.
The
It
thing
is
is-
naming the main character after myself. It is not bothering when Alex went, hey, rather than making this an anthology series with you as the host, why don't we make it a long-form metaplot thing where it's the archivist is the main character? And I said yes, rather than yes, in which case we better not have my name being the name of the main
In
character.
fact, I believe I remember this conversation being, are you sure you want your name to be the main character? And you were like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
what difference is it going to make? PCI underscore complaint.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a big thing to... Oh my god, I forgot to turn off the camera for for the thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. That makes so much sense why this character is named this. I'm like, why would you name a character after yourself? Especially when this character is like involved in a lot of stuff. Like your character, like, especially when your character has like a dating history and like has like mental breakdowns and like has strained coworker relationships and like all this stuff is going on with this character and this character is turning into a monster and like all this stuff is going on. Like, why in God's name would you name a character after yourself that you play? It's like, it seems more like primed for confusion and also strange projection. But now, with the knowledge that, at least it was originally pitched with John to be just a horror podcast where, like, Johnny reads like the writes and like reads out and narrates these horror statements just in a horror way. But then the idea that this series that I love, and I love Jonathan Sims writing for being so interconnected and having this insane, I guess they call it a meta plot. I thought meta was more associated with like meta from the show, like as in like being outside of the show and being more worldly and have commentary on the show, but I guess they use the term meta plot here. The idea that this show that I love, like, for its interconnected plot and overarching narrative, started out as just a vehicle for like Jonathan Sims' great horror writing without a meta plot is insane to think about. Like, I can't even imagine it, I know. But like, the fact that wasn't the original intention, and the fact that it was just proposed and Johnny said yes, and that he after that cranked out the best narrative meta plot that I have ever seen is wild. They probably did. It took a long time after that proposal came through, and they decided on it and like started planning it and all. They took a lot of time to do that and structure it. He didn't just like he didn't just say okay and just flip on a dive and then completely write the whole show. But like aside from that, it's still insane to think about that the show could have been something different and it turned out in this incredible way.
How do you write groups of episodes where the same events are viewed from different standpoints?
I generally figure out the core of what that
Like just like a summary
is, like
of the
what
event,
the deal
and then think about it from different.
I know it's road, then I
The two bitches that I always think about, the main events, those stupid evil places. I'm just gonna write them because fuck the Daedalus and fuck Hilltop Road. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thanks for letting me know that you know what's going on there. I did assume that you did know what's going on there. But the Daedalus and the Hilltop Road, these are the ones where it's always, there's always something going on, where it's like there's so many things involved. So many people and entities involved in one thing. In the Daedalus we have, because what's so weird is that in the Daedalus we had 3 people go up, and I always assumed that like after the first one was so vast centered, that the second one would be less vast centered. But it kind of wasn't. No. The first one was the lonely, and the second one was the vast. So, okay, I'm an idiot because I forgot that the first one did have it so that the earth disappeared below him. There was nothing. Looked out the window and all he saw was stars and like a floating suit. So it was like, I thought that was like vast centered, and I thought, but I do remember that he was doing an isolation study. So the first one was in isolation. The first one was, I guess, primarily lonely, even though I thought there was a section of, well, I guess you could think of the earth disappearing as like another aspect of the lonely in a way, because of like the significance of earth. So, but it is the fact that the lonely, just whatever, as I was saying, the lonely, the vast, and the Magnus Institute. The lonely, the vast, and if I was going to go technically, it was the lonely. It was like, it's Lucas Fairchild, Magnus Institute. Like it's the lonely, the eye, and the vast involved in the Daedalus. And I think, with knowing this, now that I realize that the lonely and the vast have mostly been the focus of the other 2 statements. It seems like the third one with the third member of the crew could be the eye, and I guess the way that she was described in the last episode with the Daedalus was that she was like impassive and then she was like ignoring things, so she may have been like an observer in that sense of the other 2, which is interesting. Maybe. So it could be like I was expecting, which I thought it was subverted, but it's not actually. I was just remembering wrong. It could be we might get a lonely statement, a lonely statement, a vast statement, and an eye statement on the Daedalus. And on Hilltop Road, we have the spider and Agnes, I believe, showing up. The spider and the desolation fighting it out, seemingly. But I have no idea what happened with Anya Valette, the last statement on Hilltop Road, the cleaner who disappeared from existence. What the hell is that? That is associated with no entity. So it's always good to know that they have those planned. Like, he knows, which I had no doubt about that, because it just keeps on going, and there's more and more and more known. But yeah, it's incredible.
a story within that, and then when it comes to writing the next one, I'll think, well, what aspects of this haven't I covered yet? And then I will usually have a read or a listen through the last one to make sure that I'm getting
Consistency.
linked up right, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I threw myself that little hook when we did the first episode. I'll take that. And
Oh my god, my throat.
this other episode, and gradually just build up the whole picture.
And I remember we did bake into Daedalus. We were like,
Yeah.
we will return to this.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do this for
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
this
yeah.
for that.
No, exactly. We were like
knew would be
3,
going
and then we were like, okay, and then yeah, we can have one in season 3, one in season 4.
Yeah.
Oh my god! 3? We'll have one in season 3, one in season 4. Thanks for the hint. Ugh, winking. Thanks for the foreshadowing. Okay, we're gonna get the conclusion at least, and maybe not the conclusion, but at least the third and final crew member statement and the date list in season 4. Okay. 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 Thanks, Daedalus. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Cool. It's 17 minutes in, and it's been almost an hour of. Oh my god. Okay, let's just keep going. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think I cut myself off at some point, but let's just keep going.
Sort of linked
It's so good.
adverse inference.
I love these things.
Do you feel like you still have plenty of ideas?
Oh,
for
Hilltop
statements
Road scares me
that
so
you
much. I don't
really
understand.
consume to stay inspired?
The media I consume to stay inspired is generally anyone I talk to. Because anytime they mention it,
Because there's so many differing people with so many grounded like professions and jobs and like experiences that are like the main characters of these statements. It wouldn't surprise me if John just takes from like stories that he hears from real life, like he hears a story of a cleaner going to a thing, and then he's like, because he needs that experience. So let's keep him back on it.
Spookily, I will ask them to stop, and then I will write it down on a tablet or a bit of paper or the back of my hand, and I will add it to my extremely
My collection.
spooky episodes.
I enjoy playing the what if subject but spooky game. where you'll say 50
What if
messages
computer
from
but
one
spooky? Fucking binary.
Also,
What if
in
pig
terms
but
of
spooky?
media I consume to stay inspired, basically anything but horror.
Oh,
I read it.
I thought it would be
Which came
horror.
first, the archivist and his journey?
Oh, interesting. Anything but horror. But I guess since your mind, the horror comes from him, like comes from inside, like comes from them constructing the story, and it's probably like the world for inspiration and for like the concept, but the horror comes from inside as a writer, maybe? Seems interesting. He's a very creative man.
Or the Magnus Archives world?
Exactly the same time.
Oh,
They were built up pretty much parallel.
I'd agree with that. Scott?
okay. Yeah, okay. Quickly, I need to be quick. I need to be so much quicker. The idea that John's story as like the archivist being like as like turning into a monster and all this stuff, like being constructed in conjunction with the world makes so much sense because it's like his role as the archivist is fundamentally connected to the role of the eye and the motivations of the eye. So it's like just with the world and like his role in it being constructed jointly makes sense because it's so connected to like the idea of the world and these spheres trying to do these things.
Again, via Reddit. There seems to be very little swearing. Is that a conscious decision, or did it happen to work out that way? Why don't you answer that one, Johnny?
So episode 14, Piecemeal. The original cut of that, I remember I turned up to record that one. I started reading.
I guess there's no E's on these.
Paragraph in.
There's no E's on these episodes. There's no, there was an explicit here in Cracked Foundation, but it's, I guess they're rarer than them being there. I didn't really notice because it seemed very natural when I watch it.
Alex said, "Stop! There's lots of swearing in this one." And I said, "Yes, he's quite a sweary man."
Oh, I got an accent.
Didn't I then say no, he's not?
Piecemeal? Oh, is that the one with the first one with Salesa? Like the guy, I believe because it's called Piecemeal. I believe it's that one where that guy went disappearing piece by piece, like getting injured piece by piece, and with doing that bad deed, like whatever. But Salesa, that's the one where the guy was like involved in crime and stuff. So it makes sense why it'd be sweary and stuff. I believe.
Pretty much. And then Alex explained very, very gently to me about what the explicit tag was on iTunes and why it was a good idea
iTunes. Oh,
to skirt around it. And I
dang,
said,
they did this on
"Why
iTunes.
that
I can't
was
even realize.
gore and the grotesque body horror."
Nope.
Alex said, "That's
iTunes
fine."
doesn't
And I said,
care.
"What about the sexual stuff? I mean, we've already recorded episode 6, and that was some pretty horrific sexual horror." And he said,
Episodes. That'll be fun. What's episode 6? There was sex in the Magnus Archives? I don't remember that. 6. Squirm. Oh! Oh yeah, they did yeah, okay. That guy has sex with the woman, like, and there's like stuff crawling under her skin, and then she like explodes on his bed, I think, and it's like just all worms. I think that's what happens. I don't know. It, like, the horror didn't really, the sex wasn't very explicit. It didn't really like occur during sex. I guess there may have been worms under skin involved, squiggly wiggly, but like most of the horror occurred like just in concept, in like execution. But let's continue.
And I said, is it literally just the swearing?
Yup, that's all.
Turns
That's
out the
all.
US market, especially
That's all these companies care about. Like, if you swear, whatever. Just like with TV or like even like cartoons or anything, you can have the most horrific, like awful, like fucked up thing happening. As long as your characters don't swear or it's like you get the PG-13 or whatever. Like, that's just how it is, and it's really a weird double standard. Let's destigmatize swearing, but I don't know. I took a swearing class in this like social aspect of it. Swearing is stigmatized because swearing is swearing because it's stigmatized, so it's like actually impossible. But like, let's tone down censorship, please.
podcast has some very, very specific preferences, shall we say?
Yeah.
And it turns out that it's a lot easier to market, sell, and just generally make things for the US audience.
He
that
does let
don't
me
swear
swear,
as
but
much.
I generally need to convince him in every case.
So next question's from Cuckoo for Poco.
So it's kind of purposeful.
Oh,
Makes sense.
That's fine.
For getting for
Has he got a reference?
you know, let's get money, please. Let's go.
Near the end of episode 58, Betrayal Rations. They were very happy by that.
Yes.
Is there any method that you use to
What, pick
choose
location?
locations mentioned
Yeah.
in the show?
Right, what I will do.
Oh, there was Washington in there. There was. It was really crazy. One of the American statements took place in my state. That's really funny.
Figure out the rough geographical area, like the country, or sort of the area of the US, if it's set there, and then I will go to Google Maps and I will zoom in to a level that I think people will find creepy if they're there and it gets referenced, and they'll be like, "Why has he referenced this place specifically?" And there's no particular reason, but I really like being super specific deliberately to just
Detail makes sense.
people.
Question from Doug.
I'll just make people scared if they live there. That's fun. Okay. Let's keep going. Your specificity adds to horror, like it makes it feel real and grounded, so it makes sense. It also scares people who live there, apparently.
Do you listen to music when writing? Do you have any songs that you use to get into the feel of particular powers?
Give us your
I listen to
playlist.
music,
Give us your playlist, Jonathan Sims.
Specific stuff. There are various sort of playlists of dark ambient sort of things that I will have on in the background.
Let's go.
Or I actually find, if I'm finding an episode particularly difficult, just like intense rain soundtrack. Heavier than would be relaxing, so it feels oppressive.
Fallacy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I basically, in my mind, everything's significantly more dramatic if I imagine it happening when it's raining very heavily.
It's true.
Before every writing
Get
session,
in the
you
mood.
Start with something like, "They called me mad," and then begin writing or something.
Yes, obviously.
So this one's a tough one.
Okay.
This is from Confectionery via Reddit.
Right.
What are Jonny and Alex's values when it comes to horror? As in, what should
Right.
well-written horror fiction accomplish?
I'm
other than
writing
scaring
stuff.
people?
To me, there are almost two sorts of horror. There's what I think of as escapist horror,
Hmm.
and what I think of as literary horror. Escapist horror it's very practical in a lot of ways. It is a way of catharsis. It's a way of indulging in fear and spooking yourself out in a controlled, safe way, allowing you to safely indulge in those.
Yeah, escapist horror. I mean, I mean, what I look for in horror, I don't actually like being scared. I don't like it. So I don't like, because I want to sleep at night. You know, I don't like feeling bad. Like I'm already too scared about real life. I don't need to be scared about other stuff. So like, what I look for in horror, it probably seems to be this, like escapist horror, like like I come to the Magnus Archives not to be scared, but like I like to see hear something like so creative and interesting and go like, wow, that's really scary, like in concept, but like I don't want to be scared. like I want to, yeah, like as Jonny here says, it's like about like exploring something scary safely. Like that's what I want to do. I want to hear about something horrific in like a like cool, creative, safe way where I can go like, wow, that is so interesting. Like that's my thing.
Slightly darker emotions and feelings, which is one of the reasons that for Magnus, I think it's so important to take certain boundaries and treat certain subjects with a lot of respect and sensitivity. Because one of the key things here is you need to be able to trust that you can enjoy the horror.
Yeah.
You need to be able to trust the writing and the performance, that it's not going to suddenly cross lines and
Like hurt you.
previously been a very pleasing, spooky catharsis suddenly becomes
Triggering.
incredibly upsetting.
Yeah.
And of course, I think there is the other sort of horror, and obviously it's not a binary here.
I need to plan my food order for tomorrow. Lunch. Okay. What should I get? I usually get curry. Um. Probably just get curry again. Okay. I'll always get the rice curry. Food ordering in the middle of a stream. Nihon curry with shrimp. Boop. Texted. Okay. Aside from that, God, what was I saying? Just going.
Cross lines and what has previously been a very.
I am very glad that this is the priority of the Magnus Archives, to be, pleasant, like to disturb, but in a safe way, to be enjoyable and to be interesting, because that's for me, There's plenty of horror that I find disturbing, probably, that scares me, but it's not something I want to engage with really, regularly or passionately. Because life is scary enough.
Pleasing, spooky catharsis suddenly becomes incredibly upsetting. And of course, I think there is the other sort of horror, and obviously.
Yeah, I mean, they talked in the last I don't know if it was the last Q&A or if it was the last Q&A, but they drew a bound. I don't know. This is probably one of the boundaries they're talking about. Probably is that there is a boundary they drew about that type of horror that they're not going to cross into. That I'm very grateful for, because that's a horror that would be scary, not just scary that would scare me in the sense that it would impact me in a way that's not fun. So it would be I'm glad they have that line and they understand what matters, what makes, what the goal is.
It's not a binary here. It's very much
It's more of a spectrum.
it's very
Spectrum.
much on a spectrum. But what I think of more as literary horror, which is using the mechanisms of horror, the mechanisms of being spooky, being scary, to actually examine
Reality.
come to terms with darker subject matter.
I've
literary horror
seen some of
is
that.
just as thoughtful about how it engages with that sort of thing. And to be honest, I don't write literary horror. I don't really feel like I have any place for it.
Because I think I know what he's talking about. Literary horror, like, as I've somewhat engaged with it, is like, it's, you know, about being disturbing and threatening, like examining like real societal issues and like things that scare people in the world through horror. It's like I guess my limited knowledge is mostly based on, like, I believe probably Stephen King and other stuff like that, and like examining like using that, you know, and it's like, you know, very, very, like, using horror to tell a story based on society and like making commentary on society and the real world and humanity and people and stuff like that. And it's much more, you know, like it's a different experience, and I don't know if that's like exactly what I like am looking for most of the time when I'm thinking, oh my god, my favorite show ever. You know.
Literary horror, most of the subjects that it tackles and that it deals with well are things that I have no real experience of. I would not be coming from a place where I'd feel comfortable expressing.
Oh yeah, like there's the vibe with Stephen King, but also something I think about, well, I don't know if this is what he's thinking about, is like Jordan Peele movies. I've seen I think all of his films that he's written and directed. I think Nope, Us, and Get Out. Like, when I think about like horror that is like specifically and thoughtfully crafted to give commentary, I think of things like that, and it's very, very, you know, I love those. I love those movies, but like the some that are like that it's like too much, you know, and like, or, you know, because I love Jordan Peele, I love his movies, but like I do love Nope a lot because it's just enough sort of like fantasy, like otherworldliness to it that like it's like I can gush over it about how it makes me feel. But this movie is like, especially when I think about like Us, is like the exact end of the spectrum for me, where it is so like horrifying, and it like so it feels so like real in the sense that it's like disturbing for me to think about regularly. Like it's I feel like I get what's going on there, but they have so much to those movies have so much to say that is so relevant that they're very good. But it's like I do feel like I understand what like the distinction is here.
They're often not my stories to explore.
Mine is going to be a lot more specific, but I think a lot less profound, let's say. I think that in all fiction you should avoid, I'm going to have to expand on this, you should avoid being intellectually lazy. And I think horror, more than any other genre, and more than any other type of fiction, you must not be intellectually lazy. Now, to be perfectly clear, I'm not talking about, you know, using big long words or writing it in a weird way that no one's ever seen. When I'm talking about intellectually lazy, I'm talking about knowing that there's a better way of doing something and then taking the shortcut. It's stuff like, for horror, it's very easy to spot the shortcut, because what someone will do is they will write a taboo and then look at the taboo and go, I broke a taboo, horror. And it's not. It is a shortcut because you aren't putting the work in to really engage
With it.
And try and pick out the bits that are interesting. You are just taking something wholesale and slapping it
like shock factor, like a literary jump scare.
People to take those shortcuts most. Yeah. Especially things like body horror. Actually, that's the one where most often, you
show something gross, and then that's enough.
Kind of subgenres and stuff. And actually, it doesn't need to be that.
Like, to engage with the ideas, not just jump scare someone with it.
Easy, low-hanging fruit
Like,
every
just
time.
give a scare, but not write horror.
100% weirdly, horror is actually one of the genres where I feel like you thinking about it in terms of originality is actually missing a lot of the point. There's only
Because
so many
fear
spooky things
isn't
in
very
horror.
original.
Sort
It's
of
what everyone fears.
the rhythm and the pacing and making sure that you're getting the right beats in the right place to
Writing.
evoke the emotions the same way that you need to evoke the right notes from an instrument.
Asterix, how are the editors doing right now? It must be hard having had with all the recent stuff. They're fine.
They died.
They're safe and alive. Do not kill them.
They did so much for the finale. Oh, they killed. Thank you, editors, so much. It was so good. Sound editing, oh my god, incredible.
Need for a piece, especially in recent episodes. I'm going to give the unsexy, uncreative answer here, which is
What's the question?
they're fine. They've been having some lovely weeks.
They're safe and alive.
Oh, my back.
Do not look for them.
How do you get in the zone of giving the exact emotion needed for a piece, especially in recent episodes? I'm going to give the unsexy, uncreative answer here, which is honestly 90% of the decisions are based entirely on logistics. I mean, obviously there are creative decisions in terms of the buried should be bassy and Nicola Orsinov, if anyone's listening out for it, has like the sound of like needle scratches on LPs and stuff.
Oh, I don't even realize that.
Decisions are less about mood than about Jonny has requested thousands of people screaming and this and this and this and this. That's not. So what I do is I write down what it is in order that I can get away with.
Thousands of people screaming.
Certainly,
As-
when it comes to soundscaping, this is true. For the music,
They're just doing the best to technically deliver on what the script demands, which I mean in itself is, working to deliver the mood that you want. But like, there's limitations there that they have to consider first and foremost. And I think that's in itself pretty creative.
to hand all credit to Brock, he's been doing a lot of the music this season, and he's frankly better at it than I am.
It's so good. It was so
He's
good.
Very, very good at replicating mood with music in a way that I'm less skilled at. When it comes to the soundscaping side, a lot of it is just you keep trying permutations until something works, which means that I also have full soundscapes that we've never used because when you layered them up, they didn't work. Sumo Boomo via Discord.
Mhm.
How do we achieve the convincing sounds of violence? So
Yeah.
there are three
Hitting the-
tips that I will-
hitting the bag.
The specifics of it will take hours.
Thumping.
Tip number 1. Get your
Where's my pen?
performers to physically act out stuff in the studio. I don't mean fully. Technically speaking,
Not
what I
on
do,
each other, but on themselves.
I want them to hold their sort of shoulders, hold their own shoulders.
Alex,
and their
Alex,
shirts.
what are you doing?
There you go. So effectively, everyone holds their own shirts and then just wiggle.
Ah! I'm being attacked.
What I'm doing is just holding my lapels. Oh, and I'm bumping the table.
Struggle with yourself. Get attacked by yourself.
Safe way to do it.
Fantastic.
Don't follow in our footsteps, kids.
So step 2, once you've done that, is you want to find.
Ah, I'm getting attacked. Ah!
Pick sound effects that are accurate. Pick sound effects that sound.
Feel, yeah.
Melons are your friends. Melons punch well, they smash well, they grind well.
Hit
they're
things.
great. And the last step is when it comes to things, layer it up. Too many people spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
Dang. When I think about like the sound design, it's so crazy. I forgot what the technical term is for people who, like you create sound design using objects. But there's like it's like a crazy field, and it's really cool. So
Perfect Foley, hitting a melon.
Foley.
Ways to find the right one.
Foley sound
9
effects.
times out of 10, just layer 3 different sounds together. And you will
Yeah,
get a
I've seen
sound.
some crazy videos of
Sort
it, and it's always
almost tip
insane.
number 1, bass. If you want something to sound heavy and to sound like it hurts, use more bass, less treble. Okay, which was our favourite episode or scene to record this season?
I mean, I'd love to answer you, Alex, but.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wait, when John was kidnapped by Nicola, I laugh so hard at Jonathan Sims indignantly being kidnapped. He's so indignant, and he's in mortal peril, and he's annoyed. Please tell me that's what this is.
Fun episode where Jonny
You produce a ridiculous amount of saliva.
Jonny was was right to believe that the only way he could possibly record being bound and gagged is doing entire recording.
You literally just shove as much of your fist into your mouth as you can and then try to speak.
Fist.
And it's not a pleasant thing to do, but there's a
For the show.
It's just funny.
Recording.
You literally just shove as much of your fist into your mouth as you can and then try to speak, and it's not a pleasant thing to do, but there's a certain
The way he breaks down. Release the Magnus Archives bloopers. I need Jonathan Sims laughing with his fist in his mouth.
It's a weird.
Oh, it's so good.
My favourite from this season, I did actually enjoy bizarrely recording with Lowry for Martin's interview in episode 100. To be clear, 100.
Oh, it's so
Least
funny.
favourite to record.
I'm very sorry about that. I mean,
From this season, I did actually enjoy bizarrely recording with Lowry for Martin's interview in episode 100. To be clear,
100 is so funny.
my least
Oh,
favourite
yeah,
to
no,
record.
Oh, it was? What? Because there was so many people involved, or was it just because of all the improv that I heard about, or I don't know? Because it was on the Reddit. They asked, "Is there a lot of improv here?" And it was like, "Yeah, we let people improv."
sorry about that. I mean, no, I'm not.
But that's the next
It was
scene,
great.
just me and Lowry getting into a room.
It was like my
I
favorite. It was so
realised
good.
We just hit record, did it, and then stopped, and
Yep.
just tried to make each other corpse. So that was actually quite
Yeah.
pleasant. But with the exception of that scene, it was a nightmare.
What?
From Steve Brown,
What
I
to
wrote,
manage?
statements in 100. Are they or are they not truly supernatural?
Yes, they fall 100% under the standard.
Okay. We only hear genuinely supernatural statements, which makes sense. Okay, as I was saying, episode 100, all the statements were so funnily, like, nonsensical in a way that they were, like, so incoherent. But when people I did actually, like, think in my mind, maybe these are real statements because of just how simply they seem to have been solved, and how, like, unserious it was. But it seems good to have confirmation here because they do seem to fit into very obvious entity categories. One was the spiral, but then the guy just left. I think almost his whole thing was being filled with spiders. But it's just he was the spiders, the spiders. So yeah, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. That those are real things, because the spider one especially, that's like too much. It's like too many spiders to be normal. But like also it's just the tone was crazy. It's good to hear that they were all real, but it's just people just could not communicate exactly how they were feeling. And there's probably a lot more going on. Like, especially the guy where it was like he was trapped in the spiral for like hours or something, and then he remembered he had dinner and then he left. Like that, like it's just maybe by nature of like the lack of archivists and how like rambly and like cutty the statement was, that like it didn't feel like the way he escaped made sense in the way that like it may have made sense in that one episode where that lady was being like taken by the lonely or something, and then the guy said like hey, remember your loved ones, and then they remembered the loved ones' faces and they were able to escape normally. Like it could have been like that, but it's just by nature of the statement not being so clear, like the emotional punch of the resolution just didn't land. That's cool.
About statements that are legitimately supernatural, because otherwise it's not fair to all the Red String Brigade.
Correct.
Red String Brigade, is that what they call the fans that piece together all the statements? That's really funny. It's not fair to the audience if we don't pay things off, and it's crazy how they still applied that to like a very funny, like sort of like comedy episode. That's nice.
The dialogue was largely improvised. What was the process behind that? How much freedom did the actors have?
Well, okay, so what I did was I wrote about a paragraph
Of what their
that was what
the thing that they went through, and then talk like a normal person trying to describe this thing that you went through to a person, and they just go like spiders.
Then I wrote a bunch of bullet points about the character giving the statement about what they might get sidetracked on, what their particular
So they plan the chaos too. That's fun. It's like, we want this to be funny. We want this to go off the rails.
past were, and
What they
just
stuck
how
on.
they were a nightmare to try and get a statement out.
Jonathan wrote exact ways for them to be a disaster. That's really fun. Writer through and through.
And go.
And then once we got that, I sat down with the actors, discussed it briefly, and then unfortunately, because of the nature of the show, it's very difficult to improvise well to it. So what ended up happening is we would do a recording, we would then stop, evaluate, do a recording again, stop, evaluate, do a recording
Oh,
again. Sometimes
that's why it was a nightmare.
repeated
there
recording.
was
Oh,
Normally with improv, you just run the thing and let it go, but because Magnus is very specific and it's very easy to go off on a tangent when you're improvising.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Cause yeah. I mean, it has to match with the show. It has to go. It has to feel like it needs to match with the intended tone. Feel sort of realistic in the world, and like be like consistent and not be too rambly. Even though the goal is to be rambly. Okay, so it might have been a nightmare because improv, like using improv in a scripted story, I guess would be a nightmare to work with.
Or couldn't work. So what it's more like is we'd get the first 2 minutes and be like, that's a nice 2 minutes. And then we'd focus on the next 2 minutes. That's another nice 2 minutes, and keep doing that. But yeah,
Oh,
it was a
okay.
strange one.
But it was all worth it because the episode was hilarious and it worked too. It was so great.
Yeah, I think it came out very well, but it's not a method that I would want to use in that.
Not for me.
Only for the
Maybe
episode
just a more
100.
light-hearted episode.
It's episode 100, isn't it?
In it, for real.
It's what you do. Like, an
It's-
episode 100 has got to be a change of pace.
And in this case, nothing great. Nothing. We don't have to have something crazy happen. We have to have something unexpected has to happen, and the great unexpected thing is comedy. That's incredible.
And it's got to be nicely self-referential.
Yeah.
It's got to be just
A celebration. Episode 100 is a celebration.
100 episodes.
We did discuss it well in advance
Yeah.
as well, what we wanted 100
Yeah,
to be.
and to be fair,
I guess they did also want to clarify the idea that John had those powers, and that this comedy episode worked great to convey how it would be without him. It was really good, and how it also clarified how the Institute works in some ways. But through this great comedic lens. I love it.
planning season 3 were like, oh, this is a really good way to answer everyone who's like, I mean, does the
Everyone's very eloquent.
yeah,
That's why I was like, that's me. That's me in literally like the season 1 finale when I was reacting, and I was like these people talk like crazy narrators, and I was kind of making fun of it in season 1, not like in a negative way, but I was like I understood that it was like important for the story and like the quality of the podcast for it to make sense, but also like it was like, this is funny if you think about it in a different way, in a meta way. But then as time went on, you started to pick up on the fact that these statements are supernatural, and it seems like they're drawn out of people. It was more so that like it became clear, this idea that like it is due to magic that these statements are so good, and it was like something I didn't even feel negative about. Like I thought it was just like an understandable quirk of like the medium became like a quirk of the medium, like explained by genius meta storytelling, you know.
also make them really eloquent storytellers? Yes.
Like whammy, Jonathan Sims, my writing wins. My writing wins. That's really funny. It's like, you think I didn't think of that? I'm a writer. I write the Magnus Archives. You think I didn't think of an explanation? I did. He won. He slam dunked. He said get dunked on.
Okay, next question is from Carnation Lily to Rose by Reddit. For 119, that had to have been brutal with your parents berating your alter ego.
Oh my god. They're talking about the thing that I talked about last time. Oh my god, that's really funny. I laughed so hard at it. Oh my god. That's really fun.
Difficult to hear your parents reading those lines at you.
A little bit. It was hilarious.
Very funny.
I've got.
Okay, what it takes to have a good relationship with your parents. Okay. I guess the audience couldn't relate. No, I'm saying that as a joke about referential joke.
Very good relationship. with
We're
my
all
parents.
Tumblr kids. We don't we have strained relationships. It comes with the package.
By this point in season 3, like right at the beginning of season 1, there were like quite a lot of elements of the archivist that I saw within myself, and like he was a little bit of a fictionalized version of me for like maybe the first 20 episodes.
Yeah, they
but as
put
soon
the-
as plot actually
This plot started complete divergence because this person is going through things that and acting in ways and making decisions that are completely divergent from me and myself and my life. It's like we're living completely different experiences. And he talked a little about that in this, I think, season 1 Q&A, where he talked about how John was mostly him at the beginning, but then he had to play parts of himself up for the character, and that for stuff making sense, especially the skepticism and the drawl and the sort of dry, sort of evil dryness. But this makes sense because once the character starts going through things that you've never gone through, it's obvious that they're very different and they have relationships you've never had. It gets more and more evident as you build the character up.
starts happening, I very quickly went on a strong right angle character wise.
I'd say you're less of a hot garbage fire of a
Oh
person.
yeah.
Jonathan Sims from the Magnus Archives, the man that you are. Hot garbage fire. Hearing like the people who make the show say it is a little too much. Oh my god, oh John. You're so you. I love my man Pathetic. He's so much. I can't believe the audience says it, but hearing the writers say it is feels like a violation. Come on. Oh my god, even they know. They get it. They know what we want.
I like to think my decisions are less overtly horrific.
John making the worst decisions ever. Johnny calling them horrific is terrifying. Oh my god, John. Oh my god, that's so sad. Being criticized by your own creators. Okay.
So it was quite cathartic for me because it allowed me to have these two authoritative figures within the universe just eviscerate the idiot that shares my name.
This is too much. This is too much. Okay. Leave John alone. I can't believe Jonathan Sims just said, "How dare you share my name, John, from the Magnus Archives? I'm gonna eviscerate you." Oh my god. He really looked in the mirror and said, "You're not me." Oh my god. Them acknowledging that John makes bad decisions and is kind of like a sort of like a clueless like klutz at times is like really sad. I don't want to hear it. He's trying his best, okay? They get it, they know. Yeah, getting dunked on by the word of God. He's trying his best. Okay, that's my favorite character you're talking about. Okay, they get it. They know. But man. He's like, I loved my parents roasting this imposter man. No. John did not deserve that. Okay, he didn't. Maybe metatextually it was cathartic, but he didn't deserve it. And maybe he is kind of an idiot sometimes, but shut up. He's trying it. He's doing a lot. He's dealing with a lot.
Pathoras via Reddit. Do you ever have any issues coming up with names to use in character statements? rather
There's
than
so many
just
people.
one?
John saying yes, yes. So many people. We're up to 120 plus.
Everyone you know as a
Obviously, I
character.
do Obviously I do. Why would you ask that question?
You can put the name Alex in the
Anciently
Magnus
obvious.
Archives at any point. Just saying.
Just put Alex in there. Someone who dies. Like, someone who dies in the most horrific way possible. Let's go back and finish this thread.
Reusing everyone you know as a
Obviously
character.
I do.
The way Johnny says things is so funny. He's so exasperated. He's like, I could picture a whole body reaction.
Obviously I do. Why would you ask that question?
You can
It
have the
wasn't
name Alex in the
anciently
Magnus
obvious.
Archives at any point. Just saying.
You know what I'm gonna do when I find the Alex. Penultimate episode of season 5 when you can't cancel anything.
Let's address the elephant.
No. That's funny. Okay. So many names. I have to just look up the name database at this point.
This has been asked by a bunch of people, but especially Carnation Lolita Rose and others. Is Tim actually dead?
Oh no. No, no, no. Oh my god.
Tim is dead.
So dead.
However, while we make a point not to bring people back from the dead in Magnus, I know it sometimes feels like that, but we are
You didn't have to say
very
it.
careful to
I
never
knew, I got it.
resurrect anyone. We're very happy to play fast and loose with what might have happened to somebody pre-death, and we're not shy about having dead people talking in various ways.
Yep.
But no one comes
Very
back.
Keen to keep death meaningful.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that. From a writing standpoint, it wouldn't be good if it didn't matter. But still, I didn't need to hear it. Like, I knew. Like, I got it. Like, people were asking, but it seemed very concrete and literal when Tim died. Like, there was no supernatural element. He exploded. And it was heavily foreshadowed and then discussed, and, like, character-wise and plot-wise. So I didn't have any doubt. It's just I don't really want to talk about it. Like, the moment, like, I go back and, like, re-listen to, like, old episodes, like in season 1 where everything's fine and Tim's alive and everyone's happy and doesn't really know what's going on, is the moment I die. I will die. I will collapse. It will be over for me. Like, I don't... let's yeah. I you didn't have to tell me. You didn't have to tell me. You didn't tell me with Sasha. That's the person that I was confused about.
He's been dead the entire time.
Like, that's the person I was concerned about, and you didn't never clarify it for me. I had to find that out on my own, and that's the person I was confused about too. But she was actually dead, and so I was set up this time to know that he was actually dead.
So we've heard plenty from her. So I'm not gonna
To
make any blanket statements that you'll never
hear from him again? Oh, I'll die. You don't have to do that to me. You don't have to show me. I didn't have to hear the full name too. Oh god. Oh no, man, I can't deal with it. I'm in denial. Get away. I'm in the denial phase of grief. Okay? But, well, if I hear his voice again, it'll not be good. It'll not be good. I get it. He's gone. Okay. Let's just keep going.
The Duck and Liquid Mirrors via Discord and Reddit, respectively, ask Elias, are we going to get more of him? Are we going to get more backstory of him? How did he turn from a pothead to a high priest of the Watcher?
A pothead? We'll never hear from or mention him ever again. Never ever. This mysterious character that is very mysterious and seems to know a lot and has a lot of power, and never mentioned. He's gone. He says he might as well be dead. It's so, yeah, he's obviously coming back in some way or fashion. There's so much more to learn about him.
For the series, I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
Really satisfying arc.
Satisfying arc. Normal man, actually revealed to be murderer with supernatural powers, manipulating everyone, sent to prison without resolution. Character arc. Without resolution on even motivations. We don't know his motivations yet, like what his plan is or what he's trying to do with John. Like, we don't even know that yet. I have an idea. I have a good idea in some way. Like, we know we're trying to start the apocalypse, right? Like, I've mentioned it before. Where Gertrude was trying to stop the Institute from doing their apocalypse. Probably, it seems, after the stranger. But then Elias killed her, and now he's trying to build John up to be the archivist. John's succeeding a lot in some ways. He's he's suited for it, and he's growing very strongly. And they probably need John. Elias probably needs John to like be powerful to be able to start the apocalypse. That's probably what's happening. Elias got stabbed in prison, and he's dead now. That was it, actually. But aside from that, we need Elias to say what his motivation is, or to discuss it.
He developed as a character, and then we wrote him out elegantly.
Although I think he overstayed his welcome from about season 2 onwards.
Yeah.
Cause season 2 onwards!
We're diving more into his dealings.
Like, we don't know any of his deal yet. We just know what he's done in the present, and we know nothing about him. Yeah. His entire character. I was just here to be, mysterious and evil, and now I'm gone. He's it seems just so very integral to what the eye is planning, that it's very obvious he's important.
Okay, Georgie by D. Astley. Will we hear more from Georgie, and especially her anti-fear power? That's not the phrasing of the original question. I'm just passing.
Yes, we'll be hearing more from Georgie.
Seems like she's very interesting. She's in a very interesting situation, and it seems like a very interesting presence in the show. She was also in the dissection room. So, there's an important character connection to John there, at least.
About Magnus.
Great question.
Shut up! I know, she's coming, she's everywhere. She's dating that guy, pretending to be human. She's, Jude Perry, something. She's in the house, and she's 1,000,000 years old. She's in the Hilltop Roadhouse. She died when the tree was cut down, even though she's a wrong age for her timeline. I get it. She's coming. Well, it'll happen eventually. And one day it'll all make sense. Maybe she'll do a whole statement. Didn't she die? I don't think she's probably doing a statement, but at one point, maybe her ghost will just sit down and explain her entire timeline from day 1 to day 50 million.
Magnus! That's what I want to know.
Is that your answer?
Again.
Yeah, well, wait. We can wait. We can wait.
Using coconuts via Reddit. What about Michael? Is Michael just Helen now, and that's the end of Michael?
In the same way that Tim is dead.
Michael was...
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, it's like permanently gone. Death. This is Michael's equivalent of death. And Michael already died in a way when Gertrude killed him, but now he's replaced. I did assume that was his death. People did like him a lot, and it was very sad that I guess his character everyone loved was replaced. But we're still going strong with Helen. We still haven't learned much about her version of distortion, and we need to. It's interesting. And also, we got a good resolution to his character where we learned what his deal was and his character was, and he was overcome with a human emotion, and that's why he was basically killed. It was a revolving story about it was a resolved story about his involvement with the archives and why it was coming to a head here, and then what was going on with him. So it's we got finality on the character's existence, at least.
About this, so I've lumped them together. The other institutions.
Oh, right, yes.
So Mark Sutton via Facebook and others. The Usher Institute, what's the deal? What can you tell us about them? Is there a chance that we'll see their people in future episodes?
Right, the Usher Foundation is the American Sister Institute.
Oh! Did I forget about this? I think it's probably, when John was in the US, he probably mentioned them. I don't think he went to the went there on tape, because I would have remembered that probably, because like how he went to the one in China, in Beijing, I believe. But he probably did mention it, and that he visited there, and when he was in the US, when he met Julia and Trevor, when he was getting followed by Max Musterman. he probably did go there. I probably did forget. He did read a statement in America, so it was probably maybe from there after his visit, and I just forgot. Let's just hear it. Like, I don't think I need more context. I think I can pick up on context.
to the Magnus Institute, and they are similar but different. They will almost certainly not appear in the main story in any significant way. From a writing point
Okay.
of view, I want
We're focusing
Magnus
on
Archives to be a
the Magnus
world-building
Institute.
story, and I'm always acutely aware.
Yeah, it's about world building, and it's about showing that these powers exist all over the world, having followers all over, and all of that. Even though the story focuses on here, and I love that. I love when the institute equivalent in China popped up. It was showed that there was this world is a world. It's a whole world where interconnected world where, and these spheres are all encompassing, and did a great world building. So it's cool.
The more everything mentioned is super significant and everything mentioned ties into everything else, the more it becomes a locked down story and the less it becomes an open world. So I'm always very keen to add in just little things that maybe you'll never hear about again, but they they fleshed out and they give jumping off points for a wider world that anyone wants to explore in.
So this one's from Polyphonic via Discord.
Sure.
Are the tapes or other recording devices that are able to hold statements purely neutral? Or is there a capacity for an entity to maybe enlist them to their aid like they can with humans?
They are not neutral. Next question.
What? Can I run that back?
Devices that are able to hold statements purely neutral? Or is there a capacity for it?
They fleshed out and they give jumping off points for a wider world that anyone wants to explore.
Oh my god, am I getting to the trailer?
Polyphonic via Discord.
Sure.
Are the tapes or other recording devices that are able to hold statements purely neutral?
Are they neutral? Well, they hold them for the eye, so they're probably not neutral in that sense. So yeah, like I guess the question was asking like, can other entities use them, or as in like, probably because like if there's a statement on like the spiral or something, does that tape like, is that tape connected with the spiral? Is that used by the spiral in any way? And I guess that's an interesting connection to make, but I guess when I think about the statements and everything, I feel like it's an intrusion by the eye. Like, the eye is claiming, like, the fear produced by other, like, entities, like, for itself in a sort of, like, disrespectful way. At least that's how I look at it, because it seems like other entities hate the Institute for taking statements. At least the spiral did. Or... no, like the stranger did in different circumstances. So it's like, you know, like I don't think there's like a partnership there in statement existence.
Or is there a capacity for an entity to maybe enlist them to their aid like they can with humans?
They are not neutral.
Yeah, it's not like a Leitner tome. It's like for the Institute,
Discord.
for the eye.
In Mag 87, the Uncanny Valley, we learned that Gertrude
Yes.
prevented the Desolations ritual. What are the deets?
The deets, please. Deets. Are we gonna get more info from the past ritual preventions? Was it a night 87 in Kenny Valley? Is this the episode that I skipped in my reaction? I was so pissed off the next time I watched the statement. I watched an episode. I think, this is, he gives enough context. I'll review the Uncanny Valley later.
What the ritual was, what it was called, what it might have looked like, etc., etc.,
You
etc.
100% can know those things.
But will you? Bitch. Spoilers. Okay, he's elaborating.
Wait.
Okay. We can and maybe probably will. Because it seems like we'll definitely get more of Gertrude and like what her deal was, because we've had snippets and we've heard people describe her and we've gotten a good picture, but we haven't. There's so much that she did that is so probably relevant to what we'll have to do in the future with stopping apocalypses that we have not uncovered yet, even though we've tracked her a lot. She's done a lot, and it's also, we love this world, and Jonathan Sims wants to develop this world and show how grand this world is, that he probably will not skimp out on trying to describe these past rituals, which are so important to like building these entities and who they are. So 1 second, sorry. Okay. But yeah, let's go.
Is the answer to that.
Okay, so historic references.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
So
historic
self-
references.
actual name via Reddit, Liquid Mirrors via Reddit, and others. As an example, we got Wolfgang von Kempelen and Library of Alexandria, and
Mhm.
so on and so on. What other historical figures, organisations, and events are associated or puppeted by some power? Is there anything that you can go into?
Oh, that's a very good question. And the answer is yes.
Every world
I know
war.
2 of them, but
Oh, we're not gonna say
if you
them
don't
yet.
know them, it's 'cause they're gonna be
In the
covered in a
future.
later story.
Yeah, each one of them.
Every single war in the
So,
world.
I mean, there's so much.
Oh,
I'll be like,
I don't know about attributing real world wars to supernatural powers and not just human awfulness.
maybe I should do something with this historical event, or what's the deal with?
I like hearing this writing process, and like they hear about something and it's easy to connect it to some fear or something. Oh, writing.
Oh, I haven't done much with automata yet.
Yeah.
What's the deal with historical automata? And then I looked down and I was like, oh, cool.
What
so,
did
yeah, the mechanical
Alex just say?
this historical event, or what's the deal with, like, I mean, the whole Wolfgang von Kempelen thing came with me going like, oh, I haven't done much with automata yet. Yeah. What's the deal with historical automata? And then I
He just whispered the same thing.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, the mechanical Turk, that's interesting. Oh, I can use that. And who was he built by? Wolfgang von Kempelen. And then I read Kempelen's biography, and I was like, yeah, what?
Stranger Man?
Proper spooky. What?
Wait, what happened? We did the inventor, because we followed someone who worked in it. Was I remember him being described as weird and off-putting and sort of strange, but I haven't read his biography like on Wikipedia or anything. Is it really so strange that it like really inspired him? Maybe I should look into it. It's like, that's a spooky man. Time to put him in here. That guy was definitely possessed by a fear.
He made a speaking machine that just goes, ah.
Oh, he saw that. That's real too? Someone in chat, I forgot which one of you, told me that the automaton that was real, but not the crazy speaking machine that was like that was like awful and disturbing.
And like, it's so often that like, if you actually just
History is
deep enough into a
scary.
history, you'll be like,
Ew.
spooky.
Yeah.
So
A lot of historical inspiration. It's so effective.
And I'll be diving into as many of them
Very effective horror
I have
history.
time for, because honestly, a lot of that history stuff it's certainly one of my favourite bits.
From Marino, Discord.
I can tell.
Stating on the persona of the people's statements, revitalize him. Or does the archivist just have a secret pastime of putting on different personalities really well? Is John a secret impressionist?
Everyone, my season 1 finale reaction. I can't believe every joke I made was apparently made by someone else, probably on the Magnus Archives Reddit, and then also made by the creators of the show by observation. Like, Jonathan Sims becoming a voice actor every single time he reads a statement, which is something I joked about in the season 1 finale without knowing exactly about the magic of the eye and all that. But yeah, it's really funny that they made like the exact same joke. Well, where like they said impressionist, I said voice actor. It's totally involved with the statement magic that like John is able to embody these people when he's like observing them through statements.
I mean, lore-wise, the first one, though we came to the conclusion very early in recording season 1 that the archivist is secretly a bit of a drama queen.
Yeah.
Yes! This too? Actually canon? It's not just magic, it's just him. But also true. John loves the drama. He's so dramatic. And that's what... really behaving like a slightly stuck-up man. You are a theater kid. You are a theater kid. You give off a slight air of superiority and a sort of sarcastic drawl. Theater kid. Theater kid. They know him. He's dramatic. Reactionary. Oh.
90% a hostile, malevolent alien force.
Yeah.
Taking over that was given.
How funnily they're able to talk about their like a really serious, well done like horror world and story is hilarious. Okay, it's very impressive. But 90% malevolent magic, 10% Jonathan Sims is a voice actor canonically in the Magnus Archives.
I mean, fundamentally, he doesn't not like getting into a statement and really giving it a bit of a... He probably did something.
Jonathan Sims, since childhood, engrossed in stories. It's canon. It's canon, and it's also actually canon. Like it plays into things. I missed it.
A malevolent alien force
But it's
taking
working
him
with
over.
what it was given.
But I mean, fundamentally, he doesn't not like.
What did
Yeah.
Alex say?
Likes,
Yeah.
like it's 90% a hostile, malevolent alien force
But it's
taking
working
him
with
over.
what it was given.
But I mean,
Working with what it was given.
doesn't not like.
The fact that they joke about it, but it's so canon that, like, the way Alex said that the hostile malevolent force was working with what it was given, and John being a drama queen, and they're like, yes, we can use this. Is actually like the fact that they can joke about this, but also it's so canon that John's character's traits, like from childhood, lend themselves to being used by the eye. Like he's perfect for it. I like in the fact that it's canon, but also hilarious.
Statement and really giving it a bit of the like he probably did some Andrea.
Is that like
It was insufferable while he was doing it.
some drama?
From
A drama, probably a drama scene, maybe.
Tim have any hobbies unrelated?
Call. I'm just gonna point out that they call John insufferable as as an actor. Like, oh, they know him so well, probably because they made him. Oh, Jonathan Sims, the man that you are.
Not anymore.
Oh no, you don't have to tell me that. No, shut up. And that hurt. That hurt me.
Very social, but
He seemed very social in season 1 and popular. You don't have to rub it in. Oh, he loves killing people. I forgot. Characters, okay, characters. No difference to me.
rather than having like a lot of hobbies in his downtime, he would go on big holidays, like
Yeah.
adventure holidays.
We're speaking of the dead.
Some rock climbing.
No.
or
Tim kayaking.
kayaking,
Stop
yes,
I
very
always
much.
changing your tenses.
No.
But he makes a point of his main holiday
Yeah.
for the year is always kayaking. I don't know why.
I think of it less specifically as kayaking. Like he's not gonna say no to like scuba or that sort of thing. But yeah, like I think for most of his time he would just general.
Just a normal, cool guy.
Probably played a reasonable amount of like console computer games.
I couldn't judge that one.
Maybe.
He was too busy kayaking in the library.
But yeah, like active, social, holidays, dead.
Oh, that's brutal. So, this next one's from Sazandorable.
You expect me to move on? No, the audacity. Like, people love your show. I'm not actually mad, but I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go crazy. The audacity. The finale just aired. People love your show. People love your characters. And you go on your Q&A that just came out. People are freshly mourning. And you joke about it. You just say, okay, people texting me. You kill Tim. People are mourning actively. And then you tell us so much about him as a person, as his character, his interests, his activities, what he used to do when he lived a normal life, and then you joke about how he's dead now. You just say it. No tact. Oh, God. I'm sorry, it does. Oh my god. But seriously, come on, have some it hasn't even been that long. Have some sensitivity. Oh, Tim is beloved. Okay? Oh,
Discord. Sure. What cat
how you just move on.
name and
Cats now. I can't believe that you did that. That is so disrespectful. Okay. He's just kayaking. I can't believe it. To treat a character's death so carefree, so soon after it happened. Yeah, okay, yeah. The next season we're gonna see the cast mourning. It's fine. Being super traumatized and guilty. Looking forward to it.
precious are they?
Okay, so the Admiral is an amalgamation of all the cats in my life. There's no fairness
Yeah.
For pets with like appellations or ranks.
What are the names of the cats, John?
I have 2 cats, one of which is Sir Pouncelot. Yes, that is the reference. And one of which is the Ambassador.
That sounds so familiar.
Cat.
The Ambassador.
That's his name, and he is an ambassador. He is not Ambassador Cat in the sense of, 2 cats, one of which is Sir Pouncelot.
Let me hear this again.
That is the reference.
Sir Pouncelot sounds so familiar, and it's a joke I've heard before. Wait. Did they say that in the show, Sir Pouncelot? Is that a character? Is that a cat from the show? Am I crazy? I don't know. Okay, maybe later. Later. Or I don't know. Let me look. It is a cat from Dragon Age, the video game, with all those romances. That's all I know about Dragon Age. I watched many of the romance routes in Dragon Age. Okay. It sounded familiar. Oh, I've seen it with Anders. I think I've seen Anders talk about Sir Pouncelot from Dragon Age, and that's why I remembered it. No, it's from Dragon Age. I remember it now. I think I've read fan fiction about Dragon Age, and they mentioned Sir Pouncelot. Okay. And also,
One of which is the Ambassador. Ambassador Cat. It should be noted that Cat is his name, and he is an ambassador. He is not Ambassador Cat in the sense of, ambassador to all cats. He is an ambassador, his name is Cat, and he happens to be a cat.
Ambassador Cat. Name Cat. He's just an ambassador. But he's not an ambassador to cats. He's Ambassador Cat. Oh my god, that's so cute. That the cat is named after his cat. Put your cats everywhere. Put your pets in every piece of fiction that you write.
Seraphim755.
Oh.
How do you feel about fan-made podcasts riffing off the Magnus Archives? For instance, a Red String podcast where fans discuss episodes and the connections between them, or a fan-based non-canonical podcast dealing with statements given to the Usher Foundation.
Very flattered, probably a little bit too intimidated to actually listen.
So with that boringy, businessy, not nice part hat on. The license
Copyright.
non-commercial share like 4.0 international license, which means that anywhere in the world you can make derivative products as long as you do not claim that we gave permission, you do not make money off it, and you use the original source material as much as possible, basically. I have to
Okay.
say, the Usher Foundation one,
Scary because I am reacting to it right now, and I had no idea of the copyright rights. I haven't been claimed for it, so I didn't know. I was like scared actually if like I asked them like or something, and like they'd like shut me down, which is like I would like do it, but I'd like be sad. but like okay, because I added the thing to the description recently. I added the links to the thing in the description. I think I should probably start saying because I don't. The thing is with these, I never expected anyone to watch them. So when I just hop in and I'm like, hey everybody, I'm gonna watch the next episode of the Magnus Archives, I assume that everyone already knows what the Magnus Archives is. They know where to watch it. I assumed that because why would anyone be watching this? No one is here for me. They're here for this incredible show that they all love, like explicitly. Like that's the reason why. But I think maybe I should probably add it to like my intro or something. To like, hey, if you want to watch the Magnus Archives, the links are in the description. So I should probably do that. But I'm not used to being a YouTuber or expecting anyone to watch me. So this is like my home videos for me. But I will try to do that in the future. I do pause a lot, so I hope that's annoying for people, for anyone who wants to watch the episodes all the way through. So yeah, I'm able to use it as long as I credit it. Don't say I have permission. Let me go back to just for anxiety's sake.
Which means that anywhere in the world, you can make derivative products as long as you
Okay.
do not claim that we gave permission. You do not make money off it. And
Oh, the money thing? Okay. Because I'm not monetized because I can't be because I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough. Not money. I don't have enough like viewers or subscribers or anything. I genuinely cannot make money off it. But I guess if I ever hit my monetization goal, I can turn off monetization for these episodes. Or I don't know. Yeah, I guess this is a derivative work. But yeah, you guys don't want to hear about this. But I'm just making sure because this is relevant to what he's saying right now.
Source material as much as possible, basically. I'd have to say that of the two, the Usher Foundation one carries a little more complications because of things to do like trademarking and branding and so on. Next question's from Satanist Goblin via Reddit. What is your favourite podcast?
Satanist Goblin.
I binge podcasts quite a lot. So
Whoa.
for me, the answer is almost.
Well, of course, someone writing a podcast would be a podcast fan. Why did I not know that? I'm really new to the world of podcasts. Like, I don't listen to many at all, especially fiction podcasts. I didn't know they were popular or existed before, like, hearing about, I guess, Night Vale and Magnus Archives. But, like, apparently there's a lot. Because I was really shocked when I, like, read the Magnus Archives, like, Reddit, like, discussions. And so many people were commenting on the fact that, like, oh my god, I love this. This reminds me of this other horror fiction podcast that I've watched, or they're talking about like how this is so much better than another horror fiction podcast that they watched, or they're talking about how this meta arc reminds me of this, or like, oh, this is like this, like, and like I'm predicting that this will happen based on like this episode's and story structure of other horror fiction podcasts that I've watched. And I'm like, I was so shocked because it seemed like people were entering the Magnus Archives not even like as fans of like the Magnus Archives, but because of like they were fans of like fiction podcasts, and they were checking out like the new kid on the block, like, and it was like really strange because I never heard of any before. And like I guess all of the people who I like know online who like recommended it or like are big fans of it, they're like big fans of the Magnus Archives, and they haven't really mentioned like other horror fiction podcasts, because I guess like the fandom of the Magnus Archives is continually taking on like a fandom of its own, specifically geared towards it based on like Tumblr fame and like fandom fame. But yeah,
It's going to be different. My favourite podcast at the moment, and I'm very happy I can give them a shout out because they gave us a really nice shout out.
Oh.
In the last episode is Apocrypha Pals.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have.
I don't know anything about it.
They're sort of a secular Bible studies podcast by two comics writers, and it sounds really dry, but it's
What?
incredibly interesting.
What?
Really cool. Because I
Crazy concept. Malevolent. Speaking of highly recommended Malevolent, aka the Pathetic Men Whimpering podcast, sounds like my favorite thing, but I will put it down. I'll take a note. Okay. I'll look it up. Interesting. Okay.
Quite well. Turns out I basically didn't know it at all. And it is really interesting.
Okay, back to this. This is Jonathan Sims, the real person, recommending this concept of a podcast is crazy sounding to me. That was unexpected, but it sounds very interesting.
Really weird. Even from a non-religious point of view, just as like a foundational text of a lot of society, it's fascinating, and they are very, very
The Bible and stuff is
very funny.
is fascinating. Sounds really fun. I love like secular people, like as in like non secular as in secular means no religion, right? Okay, Jonathan Sims is a Dragon Age fan. That's really funny. Yeah, no religious. Yeah, I love like secular discussions of like the Bible and like what the hell is going on in religion. Like it's really fun. So it seems really great.
Awesome. I think they're probably listening, so go guys!
Oh, mutual fans.
Aside from that,
Let's go.
Pseudopod, is always
Oh,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Nice
Pseudopod.
Title is always good. I've been going through the back catalogue of Shut Up and Sit Down recently
yeah.
because I'm in a real board game phase at the moment.
So from my perspective, I listen to
Dang.
a lot of audio drama. Shocker.
Yep.
I am often reticent to recommend audio drama, like pick favourites and stuff,
Yeah.
because it's a dangerous game because it makes it sound like you're saying some are better than others. That said,
It's
I would
personal
say
preference.
I recently finished and really enjoyed Wolf 359.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Wolf is
Like,
great.
as a personal taste thing, I enjoyed it, had good fun with it. In terms of things that aren't audio drama, so I'm quite peculiar in that my
I don't know what that
tastes
is.
outside audio drama are really, really generic. Like,
You're always recommending me.
I like stuff you should know.
Oh, yeah.
And History of Rome, great podcast.
It's good for me. 'cause sometimes you'll
Yeah.
be like,
I
"Oh,
mean,
here's
makes
an
sense.
interesting episode on something that could be very easily made spooky, and I'll listen to it and be like, yes, I can very easily make that spooky.
History.
Naive question here from Liquid Mirrors.
It's
Fine.
really funny, just normal generic podcasts. They're for everyone.
If Rusty Quill as an organisation served a power, which would it be?
We obviously. Why is he's the framing here is that we obviously already do. So that's okay. Let's hear it.
Okay, I think that was fairly
Yeah.
conclusive. I couldn't disagree. Wicked. I think that's everything apart from
What?
a question here from Liquid Mirrors via Reddit. If Rusty Quill as an organisation served a power, which would it be?
I think the web.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that was fairly
Yeah.
conclusive.
Okay. The web? I want to write this down like it's important. This is canon. This is said by Jonathan Sims. Rusty Quill serves the web. Interesting. The web. Like with control. Like puppetry in that sense. Against doing things against your will. Well, they know more about the company structure than I do. I haven't even seen Rusty Quill Gaming, so
Disagree.
culture.
Wicked. I think that's everything apart from thanks for listening as
Yeah,
always.
thanks.
I took way too long watching this.
I
spent I spent 2 hours listening to this. I'm just disappointed in myself at this point. I'm just disappointed in myself. Why do I talk so much? I don't even know why. I wasn't even talking to the chat this time. I don't even have an excuse. There wasn't 2 people in my chat that I had to constantly read from. I wasn't even having a conversation. I was just going crazy.
Reduced version coming out for public so that no one has to listen to us ramble on for ages. But if you happen to enjoy us rambling on for ages, there will be a full version of this on the Patreon. Speaking of which, big thanks to all of our patrons who have basically been funding our way through this.
Yeah.
This season
Thank
would
you.
not have happened without you.
No, it would not.
Season 1 and 2 we got by, we shouldered a lot. Season 3 would not have happened.
The quality was insane. For season 3, it was like I don't know. I'm not saying that season 1 or 2 wasn't extremely high quality, but the jump of just like production, the amount of people, the amount of actors, the amount of like changes in like the dynamic location and where the characters are and the everything, like the heavy presence of other characters, especially compared to season 1, insane. Like oh my god. Okay, lot of things going on in this season, like just so many moving pieces.
Thank you so much.
I would give money if I could.
Thanks to everyone who has been sharing.
It's weird to say, but everyone in the fan community has been putting in so much work on our behalf. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks to an arrangement with third parties, we're now available on Spotify.
That's what I'm listening on.
This is the first that you and basically everyone in the company knows.
Hooray!
We,
The hooray.
which are going to be coming in the new year.
That's what I'm watching on Spotify.
Reviews and getting involved with a patron, or just telling people what we do. If you are wanting to engage,
I'm talking so much about the show.
As always, we have the forums, we have Reddit, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. We are also running a Discord, which is specific to us. So we have our own server. If you go onto rustyquill.com, you will find links to.
Oh, by the way, I'm trying to balance it in my finger.
I really appreciate it, and we are looking forward to season 4.
I can't believe I only have 2 seasons left.
Thanks from me, thanks from everyone involved, and we hope you keep listening and hope you enjoy it.
And most of all, thanks to you.
Oh yeah, that's
These other losers.
Run that by me again. It seems like another section of the track, the musical track, which is really cool to hear, or a variation.
Most of all, thanks to you.
Oh yeah, that's
These other losers.
Ominous ending.
This episode is distributed by Rusty Quill and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 international license. For more information, visit rustyquill.com.
Scary soundtrack, even scarier than the original intro and outro. It's just discordant strings. Or maybe it's just because the reading is different. Okay, okay, finally. Okay, literally, good thing about it being a Q&A, I don't have to go back to the transcript and like re-talk about everything with new eyes. I'm just gonna watch the teaser straight away teaser. Let's go. Well, let me just go season 4 teaser. I hope my family doesn't think I'm too loud. This time I'm not screaming as much. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, it's 12:30. I'm so sorry that you're still here. I think it's 3 a.m. for you still. Okay, but this is it. It's not that... Oh, it's kind of long a little bit. Okay. Let's see.
1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men.
Oh, Zad's still like 3 minutes long.
Or go to Amazon.com.
It's $25 a month with Boost.
Okay, so it's not that long.
And your conversations should reflect that. First messages. Because you are unique. And your conversations should reflect that.
Okay, here. Oh, tape sound on. People talking. Clock ticking. Door opening and closing.
Hi, John.
Martin?
How are you?
I am so sorry. No, I know you want to be here, but please sleep after I'm really done listening to this like 3-minute clip and like talking about it for like maybe 15 minutes. Please. Oh my god. I don't know what you get out of me rambling. Like, I'm like actually like sort of scared by the fact that like I listen to these things and like I think time is passing normally, but I look up and I've been talking for 2 hours and it's really kind of scary and I feel like there's something wrong with me. I don't know. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay. By the way, Martin is saying hi, John. There's people outside for some reason. That's interesting. Did Martin turn on the tape? Okay, Martin's saying hi, John. But John is basically in like a reverse coma right now and is super fucked up. So like it seems as though this will be a very somber message to be left to someone who is not conscious, maybe.
Yeah, same here. It's bad all over, you know?
Same here.
All the getting by, I suppose.
It's like talking to him as if he is responding back. It's just a neurodivergence. Undiagnosed. I don't know about that. Oh. Let's continue.
Keeping things ticking over, and Melanie is, well,
Basira.
it's bad all over.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, he'd be rightfully knowing that John isn't doing too well.
Oh, they're getting by, I suppose. Basira's keeping things ticking over, and Melanie
Yeah,
is,
very calm.
well, Melanie is Melanie.
Oh, things are getting worse on that front.
Yeah, just
Dissatisfaction
stop by, check in and that.
and anger.
See how you're,
So this is a hospital. This is the hospital. That's why people are talking outside.
you really need you,
Busy
John.
building.
Everything's,
Oh God, Martin.
I don't know how much longer we can do this. I need you.
Oh.
And
I don't need to
I
hear
know
that.
I know there's no way to, but we need you. John, please, just, please. If there's anything in you that can just see us, or some
Don't
power
talk about seeing us. Oh,
or
you're
something,
really summoning it.
please.
He's like, I don't care. Use your magic powers and come back to life. He's really manifesting right now.
Can't.
Oh my God. Crying interrupted by phone. Terrifying. That's so sad.
Yeah, I know.
That almost got me.
I'm actually with him now. You were right. Yeah, I know.
Or did the tape turn on by itself?
Will they be safe?
I'm with them now. Will they be safe? The will they be safe concerns me. Do what? Will they be safe? Huh? Friends?
Sorry. Goodbye, John.
Huh?
Sleep well.
I'm sorry. Still going. Did not leave. Okay, tape turns off.
Magnus Archives will return January 10th, 2019.
Not even a supernatural thingy-majig to go like, whoa, spooky. What's happening here? No, that's Martin. Martin? Is it Martin time? Yeah, we had 117 and that was Martin time, but now we had 118 and that was Martin time, but now we need Martin time, as in Martin doing crazy things in season 4. Okay, season 4 teaser. Alright, Martin, what are you doing? What are you doing? So Martin isn't coming. Seems, because before we had like Calliope in the last teaser, but now Martin Blackwood is making choices. We don't know what they're doing. Okay. We have will they be safe? And I'll do it. Rest well, John. Okay, let's go back to that for a minute.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, sure thing. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye, John.
Sorry, goodbye. Sleep well. It's like, it feels way too much like a final goodbye, which is like, will they be okay? Oh, there was, I'm with him now. Okay. So, in general, all we know is that Martin doing something important to seemingly protect probably his friends and coworkers, friends. Yeah, okay. Martin doing something important to seemingly protect friends seems final, and maybe the sort of tone of maybe regretful, probably a hard decision. Another one that puts himself in danger. That's just an extrapolation based on tone. Puts self in danger based on, like, I'm sorry. The asking if the other people will be okay. It's more about doing something for other people than yourself. So it might be like a sort of self-sacrificial thing to do something dangerous on his own to protect the people he likes. I'm sorry, goodbye. I'm sorry seems final. It seems like, so Martin might be doing something risky and self-sacrificial to protect other people. But we have no idea who he would be working with. Who is he making the phone call? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Who is he making the phone call with? Oh my god. Who is he making the phone call with? We have no clue. My first thought was Elias, but that doesn't make sense because he's probably in jail right now. Elias, is, out of the picture for now, but it seems like, but this person brought up John. He said they brought up John because Martin said I'm with him right now. So it's like someone with an interest in John. So my first thought was Elias, but Elias probably not, since we tried to take him out of the picture last season, and it would be cheap to bring him back right away. But this could be later because we have to set up Martin doing something first. So this person knows John at least, or has a interest in John, a vested interest. And then they're trying to get John and Martin is working with them to do something, but we don't know what. So it makes sense now that the season 4 will have a lot of Martin focus at the beginning before John wakes up and does crazy stuff through magic. So big Martin focus makes sense because he was a major player last season in terms of character growth and character arc. So it seems like him taking the forefront makes sense while John is in a coma, and he's been the most connected to John. And also he's the only OG archival assistant left. He's been here since the beginning. And he's lost a lot of people, it seems. He's dealt with a lot, and now he's almost lost John too. And I almost forgot to talk about, with all this mystery of what Martin's gonna do, I forgot to talk about the emotional journey he went trying to talk to John, trying to say that he needs him, but there's also that other layer of regret there, wishing that he'd be back so that maybe he doesn't have to do this thing, or maybe he has his support when doing this thing, doesn't have to do it alone. Or just wanting John to be there because he's lost everyone else who's been here since the beginning. And he needs John because he's in love with him too. But also, I guess, yeah. But aside from that, I don't really have predictions about what's going on right now because there wasn't a fantasy thing to latch on to, horror thing. So, but in terms of character moments, it would make sense, and it was very good in foreshadowing what's going on character-wise in the next season, at the beginning at least, with the focus on Martin. And then after that, I guess the last thing to question is maybe the tape turning on. It seems it is in crazy events, the eye can manifest a tape when it wants, and the eye can turn them on and off or whatever. The eye can turn them on, but it seems like this conversation with Martin because it was before the door opened. I think the tape turned on because we heard the door opening and closing. So it was Martin walking in. So the tape was turned on before and turned off after he left. So it seems like whatever I-Force powers are operating here wanted to record this conversation that Martin had while John was unconscious and I don't know, dying-ish, deaded. Maybe so that John could hear it later, because we know that John listens to the tapes after, or like the eye seems involved with what's going on in the tapes, and like the eye can observe everything that happens in the tapes. So that was an important moment that, like, in some way it was important for the eye or John to see, because like John listens to all the tapes. Maybe when he's awake again, maybe when he's alive again, he'll listen to it and go like, "Wait, Martin, what are you doing?" But aside from that, yeah, I need to sleep, and you need to sleep. But yeah, I'm glad I got that trailer out of the way. I'll search up if there's discussion threads on Reddit about it. But aside from that, I think I've said everything I need to say. I didn't speak for too long about it, which is nice. All well and good. But aside from that, yeah, I think I'll sign off now. With that, maybe come back with some new revelations. I spent an hour talking about the last episode at the beginning of this, but for now, really interesting information. I'm so glad I reacted to this Q&A, because I had a long good moment to like this gush about this show, and like gush about the writers, and gush about how much they put into it, and how much I love everything they've done, and the characters and the episodes and everything. So yeah, I'm glad that happened. But aside from that, I'm gonna sign off. But yeah, so signing off into the next dimension. Nobody will be there, and watch the Magnus Archives, and I don't know, support Rusty Quill. They're the best. And maybe don't make self-sacrificial moves anymore, but that's just my personal opinion. Who knows? Reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Bye, gold. Bye. So true. Thank you. Thank you for referencing my favorite character as a sign off. Yeah, bye. I had to talk a little more before the stream ends so that I don't cut myself off.